How you doing? All right, we're live. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Can't guarantee it'll work. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo podcast. Webisode 841. I'm all out of whack. We had a technical issue. I'm sorry. This is the Flapple podcast. The Go Nintendo podcast is part of the HyperX Podcast Network. Listen to our show and other shows on podcast.hyperx.com. Well, PC, you want to do the honors?
Oh, yes, but I'm not ready.
I got you. No, we
thanks.
passed the phone. It's not a
apple?
technical show.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Flapple ate a sour apple, and that induced its evolution. In its cheeks, it stores an acid capable of causing chemical burns. Am I reading all of this?
Shut
up.
Oh, you're
I
reading.
don't
You gotta
care.
get closer to the mic too. Come on, you're a
Okay.
podcaster. You know
I'm
this
used
stuff.
to the fancy ones. I'm scared. Its height is 1 foot. It weighs 2.2 pounds. It's male and female, and its category is apple wing. Abilities.
Does it have any abilities?
Yes, it does. Gluttony. Same here. Makes a Pokemon eat a held berry when its HP drops to half or less, which is sooner than usual. And ripen. It ripens berries and doubles their effect.
I don't.
Thank you. Put the microphone in your face.
All
Like that.
right,
There you
sorry.
go. No, it's you were
The
holding
ones
something. It's
I
fine.
use
It's fine.
Have the screen. on
Well,
the side.
listen, we're a dog and pony show here, so you're lucky I have covers over the microphones as it is.
That's
Nicky
true.
Hill, you looked very confused about Flapple. Can I help you?
Yeah, I never knew Pokemon just evolved because of something they ate. That sounds like
Maybe one day when you find the right
superhero
thing to
stuff.
eat, you'll
Sounds like
evolve.
this is all made up. This Pokemon.
No. Nicky Hill is
They just
here.
make
Sounds
it
like
up as they go
Pokemon aren't
along.
even
Hello.
real.
Nicky Hill's here.
hello again.
PC is here. Special guest PC.
Hello.
Well, I'll let you do a little plug in a
Oh,
minute. I want to
okay.
get through everybody. Well, I have to.
Oh, thank
I
you.
don't have to, but I have to.
I appreciate it.
Kirby's here.
Hey,
Deux is here. Mom Brain is on the way. She was doing something. I don't know. She'll be here very shortly.
sleeping.
It was something with a teacher friend, and it was some kind of, I want to say carnival, but I don't think. No. She said it was like an outdoor escape room. That's exactly what she said. Outdoor escape room. And I was like, you won right away.
Sounds
You're
exciting.
out.
Yeah.
And of course,
Good point.
the one, the only, my best friend from the college days, Josh Grobot. How are you, my friend? Josh?
Shut up.
Oh.
I don't care.
One of those moods, huh, Josh? Josh, what have you been
Is
up
that
to?
what I sound like?
Sometimes, Josh, you do sound like that. It's true.
Ask him again.
Josh, how are you?
That's not what you asked him.
What do you want me to
What have you been up to?
Josh, what have you been up to?
Hanging and
Oh,
banging.
okay. And
Hanging and
oh,
hanging and
All right, Josh.
hanging and bang.
is Josh malfunctioning?
Just a lot of more hanging than banging this week.
Speaking of hanging, we got George hanging onto those limes. George, how are you?
Doing pretty good.
I've been better actually.
Oh,
Oh no, George.
George, why? What's wrong?
I had a rough week. I had a nervous breakdown this week.
Poor guy.
It's got dark.
George,
Yeah.
to change the subject, I'm just realizing this. Do you have your hair the way you have it because it matches the limes?
I do. Yes,
They
it
say-
helps with scurvy and not getting it.
they
Well, it
say-
looks great, George. It
they
looks
say
great.
dress for the job you want.
This looks like a real lime carrying man to me. Oh, for those of you who are live, thanks for joining us and sticking with us through the. Red Susan says, "Poor George." Thanks for hanging with us through the little technical hiccup. Hello, Highline Tom and Solomester Lincoln Tall Show and Dre Gamer and Anastasia Beaverhausen and Tamakoto and Giant Reggie and Keith and Ice Dilbert and Steve Irwin, R.I.P. and Joe Shabadoo, Blinded by Daylight, and whoever else in here I didn't see. Thanks for joining us. KC, by the way, Steve Irwin's kids are like all over the place lately. Anybody else seen it?
I knew that one of them got married and had a baby.
Like,
An alligator.
are you saying all over the
Crocodile.
place like Chet Hanks or
No. Like they're doing well and just like in
okay.
George, to steal a phrase, in the limelight right now.
Oh.
Yeah, because like I don't know if like we just passed an anniversary of Steve Irwin dying or whatever,
Every year
but
there's one.
oh, that's right. But I've seen a lot of his kids lately about like how they're carrying on their dad's legacy, and they're both doing like
Are they doing
whatever
like
you wanna
public
say he did.
appearances?
Yeah,
Or-
they carried on what he was doing. So
Oh, I
they're
didn't
doing
even
all
know that.
animal stuff. Yeah, they're
Okay.
wildlife preservation and getting close to animals you shouldn't get close to, stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Nice.
But yeah, they're carrying on the dad's legacy. How long ago was that?
Feels like a long
I
time.
want to say it was like 2005.
Somebody crunch those numbers. By the way, as Nicky Hill pointed out before the show,
Pokemon.
there weren't a lot of top stories this week. But it works out because I have a lot of stuff that is not top story related. I had a lot of topics I want to go into, so we're just gonna do whatever in the beginning. 2006 says Red Souza and
Wow.
Z Komudo, and also hello Z Komudo.
That was close.
Close.
a
That's
long
very
time
close.
now, though.
Price is Right rules. You're on. So
I just
you're
remember
Yeah,
my
that was like
dad
40
opened the
years ago,
door.
right?
I mean, like the
Yeah.
crocodile hunter's dead, and then closed the door and left.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Crocodile
like,
Dundee.
I was like sleeping, and he was just like, "Yep, crocodile hunter's dead."
I
Sweet
better wake
dreams.
her up to tell her
Yeah,
this.
I was like, okay.
It's like that. Have you seen that
Ooh.
TikTok of the girl that gets woken up and her sister, I think, tells her the queen is dead, and the girl goes, "Dolly."
Oh, is that what she said?
Oh no, that would be horrible. No, Dolly Parton is alive and well.
Shut
I'm
your
sure we've
mouth.
jinxed her because we're talking
Shut your mouth.
about. But anyway, yeah, I guess I'm the only one. I guess TikTok is like, this guy likes Steve Irwin content. I've never watched an episode of his show ever, but
But we did watch the movie.
we did watch the movie. You're right.
Yeah.
That's got to be it. So yeah, as hello,
But I've
Super
seen
Blast
everything.
X. Yes, Super Blast X. It's a guest, but a previous podcast guest. But now we have.
I'm
I
gonna,
thought she
I'm
was
gonna
coming
make-
in.
I was-
Never
I
mind.
was ready. I was like, hello.
No, your chair's here.
I don't.
no, I'm moving.
Those overalls are amazing. No, keep it. You're good.
Yes, yes,
No.
thank you. I told him
You
you
don't
were
like
going to
the
tell him
chair?
to stay.
No, stay. I bet I need you to move, Kirby, because I can't get.
No, please.
Oh, sure.
Please.
Also, it's nice of you to leave me space in the driveway.
You talking to me?
No.
Oh,
Kirby,
that was
he
me,
left
sorry.
me space in the driveway where my car normally goes.
Oh, but he's
my car's not
I
So it was
think I
like-
was just.
These 6 inches belong to the Tesla.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I'm good, thank you.
The soundboard's stressing me out.
No, you got to do it.
So sad.
I
May
told
my
you.
computer, please?
Told you.
Yeah, he's not nearly as good
Oh.
with peace and love
It's
at
all
the
you.
at the soundboard.
Mom Brain,
Do you need it plugged in?
you need your microphone there. How are you? We missed you for the short
I'm
time.
done.
Yeah,
I
thought
don't
so.
feel well. I
Another-
didn't get enough sleep last night. I know. I have my
How did
COVID
you not get enough
booster.
sleep?
Oh,
And,
that'll
like,
do it.
Well, if you want to go take a nap, go take a nap.
No.
Mom Brain, by the way, no joke. I went to go for my walk yesterday and I left at just a little after 5. I came back, it was a little after 6 and she was asleep. I was like, she got her shot, whatever.
Unbelievable.
I'll let her sleep. She slept until after 10
and
This
then I got
morning?
up
and then went right to
Wow.
bed. She just came in to be like, I'm going to bed.
I've
and
done
then I
that
slept through the
before.
night. Yeah, it was
And still not enough sleep.
it was not enough sleep.
And she got the COVID booster today.
Mom Brain sweet releases, the chat is saying, because you're in his seat.
Ooh, there
Later,
we go.
later.
Switch those turntables.
God, that's so stressful.
Yeah, I'm getting. He's in the more stressful position. You're in the easy one.
easy.
Oh, all
But
right.
the way he looks at his phone all podcast, you're never going to hear it. anything.
By the way, yes, Mom Brain, we're happy you're here. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you.
You just relax and zone out.
Here I
um,
am.
Yeah, I'm getting my booster tomorrow. I'm curious to see if it kills me like it has Mom Brain, but the last two have
fun.
been good.
I got mine on Sunday and I've been okay.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
Did they change it this time?
Well, you
they gave it in the tip of the penis now. Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
get
More
the
edgy.
How does that work for? Jeez.
you can get the bivalent, or you can get just the
What is it called?
Bivalent.
Bivalent.
That's what the tip of the penis is called.
Yeah. Yeah, when I tried to get one I got all my shots at Walmart, and when I tried to get the bivalent this week, they said call back on Thursday. We should have it. I called back. They said yes. I was going to go yesterday. I missed the time when I was supposed to lock in an appointment, so I'm getting it tomorrow.
I got mine at school with my flu shot. One in each
You
arm,
could
baby.
not
Oh,
pay
I
me
did that
enough to
last
get
year.
any
Yeah.
sort of medical treatment at a school.
Well, I mean, it's a
School, I have
doctor. It's
horror
like a-
stories from school.
Right. Yeah.
It's our
just,
school physician.
you just stand.
Yeah, sure it is. Sure, that's the lunch lady putting on like one of the old-fashioned nurse
Lunch lady
hats.
Oh,
and be
really?
like,
just
"Yeah."
because you're biased against schools.
Well, I think of school nurses, and they're like, no matter what it is, it's like put ice on it or lay down for a bit. And
Walk
that's
it
all
off.
I got.
Hey, laying down always helps.
Yeah,
Well,
lay
my
down
legs
for a
are
bit.
broken.
Yeah.
Wash your hands, lay down. For a bit.
Yeah. Let me
That's
rub
true.
along your spine.
She
and
also
you're good.
gives out packets of crackers.
Tall Show
Like
says the
little-
flu and COVID shots should be at least 2 weeks apart. Mom Brain did them.
You
same
find me the science,
day.
Tall
Yeah.
Show. You
Same
find me
day.
the science. that
Maybe you
says
had
that.
a masochist applying them to you. They're like, yeah, both same day. Take them.
No, when I got my first booster, I did that and the flu shot at the same time. Probably gonna do it next week when I go.
Hiley and Tom, don't you worry. We're all about that here.
P.S.
All right.
And by the way, this is the reaction I have to all the COVID shots. So it wasn't like because I got them both.
Yeah, the first one I was sick for like 8 hours, 12 hours, maybe. The second one I was like, I felt a little bad, but not bad. And then the booster after that, I was fine. So I'm hopeful that's what happens this time. But
Yeah, knock on wood.
We'll find out.
I've never had a problem.
I have a
Just
superior immune system.
yeah. Just a
that's
few
right.
days
The
of
worse the
soreness
reaction, the
and
better
it's
the immune
over.
system.
I guess so. Yeah.
Maybe mine's just learning at an incredible rate.
I had like that lymph node thing, and they were swollen for.
I have
like
it
a
under my
month.
armpit.
They
Yeah.
were swollen for like a month
Yeah.
afterwards. I was like, this can't be right.
Yeah.
Well, you're
I
still
also
here.
got like weird dizzy things that
Oh,
hasn't fully gone away.
That's just my life.
that's old age.
Mm.
So like I said, we have a lot of stuff I want to talk about before we get into top stories because there's not a lot of top stories. It's all stupid stuff, but it should be fun. But first one's actually Nintendo related. Oh no, I got to talk about you. You got to do your thing.
I'm doing a thing.
Oh,
you
right,
got
you
a
have
podcast.
plug, right?
Talk
Oh,
about your
this is
podcast.
my shameless plug. Yes, I have a wrestling news podcast called Podcasket Match. We release episodes.
Oh,
Usually they come out Thursday or Friday. It depends on how fast my dear sweet Megan edits them. But yeah, we also have a Twitch stream.
They're edited.
Yeah. You gotta
Like
cut
a
out all the
real
horny
show.
talk.
Come on, if you're on a radio show in the morning, there's no editing. There's
That's true.
censoring, but there's no editing.
Yeah, there's at least a 20-minute I'm in love with Hangman tangent
Oh, that's
per
right.
episode that they
edit
have to take out.
that.
Where I'm just slip sliding. But yeah, we also have a Twitch stream now. It's twitch.tv/podcasket match, and that's Wednesdays at 6:45-ish.
It's you and one co-host,
Yes, it's me and Jacob,
and
occasionally a guest.
the most recent episode was. I know it's about White Rabbit stuff.
Yes,
Oh man,
I know.
This, if you're talking about White Rabbit on the next episode, this last night's SmackDown was packed with stuff,
Ooh, I gotta catch
packed.
up.
More than any other
What's White
episode.
Rabbit?
So they're doing. I don't know what you call
Yes,
it.
you get
I,
the
I'd call it
rabbit
an
hole.
ARG, I guess.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
graphics that look like they're real.
No.
That's
What is that? That's called AR.
Yeah.
Just AR. They're hiding like Easter eggs and teasers for the return of someone most likely, probably Bray Wyatt. But they're going like above and beyond. They'll
Yeah.
flash like a QR code on the screen, but it takes you down like a rabbit hole, for lack of a better term, of all kinds of crazy stuff going on, like phone numbers and
Coordinates.
Morse code and
Yeah.
coordinates and zip codes to like tease all kinds of stuff, and it's going on for
Like 2
months
weeks?
almost.
No, it's like been 2 weeks. I
Oh,
think
so
it
it's-
started
this
on like the
isn't something that is
19th.
always going on.
No, this
No,
is like
no.
a new thing. Yeah. So it'll be like random stuff. And then it's like the last time it was like the zip code for Corbin, Kentucky. And there's a White
Yeah.
Rabbit Records and
Yeah.
all sorts
What
of
Last
the
night they
heck?
found like an image came up, and they went through the EXIF data of the image, and it came up a phone number. And if you call a phone number, you get somebody speaking backwards, and it's like all kinds of crazy
Whoa.
stuff. So I love it. I'm all about it. But yeah,
Yes, we did talk about that briefly.
this week was nuts. But yes, if you like wrestling or if you like PC, listen
pina
to
coladas, just
Podcasket
come on
Match.
down.
It's on all the regular
Yep.
iTunes and
All-
Spotify
all
and
that.
Zune.
Yes,
sure.
we are exclusively a Zune podcast.
All right, moving on.
I have something. I just want to say this real fast.
Sure.
I mentioned it to you guys already, but there was another part of it that I didn't say. Would you guys be interested in getting massages if people giving the massages dressed up like cats because they're like making biscuits the
Absolutely
whole time?
not.
No, that's a hard no. Actual
The
massage
classic
from a cat,
cats.
yes.
Ugh.
Someone dressed like a cat, no.
All right, what? No,
Rum
Yeah,
tum
well,
tum.
we'll
that's
just-
creepy.
But like, how do you
I'll
know?
go someone wearing cat ears, but I
Right.
don't want
What if it's,
whiskers and
top
suits.
of the line cat? Like, what if it's like makeup like from the musical Cats? What if it's done
so
that
it's
well?
a Jellicle cat, is what
Yes.
you're saying.
Like
Like Skimbleshanks
like
is giving you a
like,
massage.
is it-
Like you wouldn't even know that it would. Like if you looked real quick, you'd think it was a big cat. You'd be
Oh, it's really good. All right. Well,
Sing it to you a
listen,
little bit.
if there's ever a chance to say YOLO, this is it. You only live once. I guess if we're talking high level cat massage,
and then, like, they make biscuits for like 5 to 10 minutes before they just start swiping at
I was
you.
gonna say, do they like start to attack and bite you out of
Yeah.
nowhere
Right,
too?
they like wrap around your
Curl up-
arm.
It's the
curl
full
up on
cat
your back and
experience.
take a nap.
Yeah.
I paid for an hour and you only made biscuits for 10 minutes and then you
So-
slept the rest of the time.
spin
They-
around 3 times on your back.
They only meow. They don't speak English. They meow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess. I mean,
There's a market for everything.
cats.
There's stranger things on the internet, so I can't say that.
Meow.
All right. Moving on for real. The Splatfest, the latest or the first Splatoon 3 Splatfest came to a close. And if you guys don't know the results, you and I were very much one team. We were team Grub, Mr. Grub.
Mr. Grub.
Grub, Gear, and Fun. And Team Gear won. It was a blowout. Team
A
Gear
lot of people fancy
destroyed.
themselves like a Survivor Man or something out there.
Steve Irwin. Survivor Man. Oh, Survivor Man's the real deal. What's the other guy? He's
Bear
Bear
Grylls.
Grylls?
that
Yeah.
guy. That's a
He's
load
out
of
there just
garbage.
drinking his own
He's
tea.
like I like the guy, but as
He's
far
not
as
even a real
surviving,
bear.
he's
Or a real grill.
that's right. He's not doing anything. That guy sucks. I like the guy as far as surviving goes. Give me Survivor Man. He's the real deal. Does he even have a show anymore?
I don't know.
But anyway,
No, he went
He's
out
lost
to
in
shoot
the
one. He
woods.
disappeared.
Yeah.
never came back. But anyway,
Because he chose, Team Gear. He should have chose Team Grub.
Team Gear won. It wasn't even close. Like Team Grub and Team Fun had I don't even think they had enough to make up half the other half that Team Gear didn't have. So Gear was more than 50% on its own.
Whatever. Team Gear can enjoy not eating Takis.
Right,
Am I
right.
right, baby?
Have those
Wait a second,
people
wait a
ever
second.
had
So is
grub
this-
before?
Was this a question on the podcast, or was this something that was?
We talked about it on the podcast because
what
it
you
was
would
the
do
Splatfest.
for a deserted island.
The
You would either
Splatfest
bring food
was which
or-
one
Might
would you
have
do on a
been- might have
deserted
been the
island?
episode that you missed.
Gear, Grub,
I
or
listened
Fun?
to it, and that's why just realizing now because I was like, what do grubs have to do with gears?
Listen,
I
if you're
thought
gonna have,
Machines or insects? I don't get it.
I'm not gonna say gear isn't important, but if you have food, then you don't have to worry about food. If you have gear, you're gonna have to still worry about getting your food, like berries or fish or whatever.
Yeah, but you
like,
bring
but
the
if you
right
got
gear to-
food,
But you bring
you
the
can
right gear
make-
to get your food.
If I'm gonna get island
just
diarrhea,
because you bring the
it's
right,
gonna be from the food that I brought,
That's-
and not from the berries.
that's my point. Even if you bring the right gear, it doesn't guarantee you're gonna catch the food.
I'm sorry. Do you have some magic basket that is always giving you food? The food's gonna run out
We're
or spoil.
So what? Your gear can break.
Yeah, but by that
And
time
you can't eat it.
What time? What time? We're talking about what do you have a
be
supply of?
gentle on your
Grub.
gear.
You have a supply. You have a supply of grub.
For how long?
I'm Gear.
For as
I'm
long
Team
as it
Gear.
takes.
Yeah. How long do you have that grub?
Teach a man to fish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Teach a man to grub, and he's sitting pretty.
I'm just here for the fun.
I know.
You're gonna
Listen,
be eating grubs, pal.
you're
'cause
on a
you ain't
des-
got nothing to kill any animals.
you're on a deserted island. I'm thinking you're there
Or
forever. Your supply is forever.
Oh,
That's
now
it.
You're a vegetarian, so you can't catch your own food.
I mean, there's
I can eat.
trees.
I can eat trees. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just non-bark for sustenance.
You're not
Listen,
gonna-
I'm just. All right, listen. Team Fun is the worst. We can all agree on that. Team Fun's the worst. But hello, Blood Ocean
Okay,
07.
that's fair.
William George says Team Gear all the
It's like that
way.
grasshopper that dies in the winter.
Eileen Tom says, I
It's
think
having
of grub.
So much fun during the summer.
Eileen Tom says, I hear grub and I think of a mountain of zebra cakes. See, this man's thinking that is what you want for grub. A whole island
does not
filled
seem
with.
You're gonna
healthy.
bring
Yeah,
a
it's gotta-
mountain of zebra cakes to a deserted island. You might as well. You might as well
Yeah.
bring a boat
What?
to the deserted island if you're going to bring a mountain.
Oh,
of
is that?
zebra
Are we?
cakes.
Are we counting that? You're not bringing it with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's there.
Does a boat count as
So-
gear?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Are we going to say boat's gear now?
Yeah.
Just leave the
'Cause-
island right
'cause
away.
gear
What
is
are you
so,
doing
like,
with a boat, though? I mean,
non-specific.
it'd have to be like a serious boat. I mean, it can't be a
Going
rowboat.
home. That's what
You're
I'd
not
be
getting
doing.
home in a rowboat.
Hi, sir. Going home. That's a good point. If you have the boat, you're just leaving. Yeah.
What if the island that you land on is food? And
God-
then you can eat it.
Kyle
But
says
if you eat it for too much, if you eat too much of it, you're going to drown.
Kyle says grub was literally the worst. They won nothing. Are you? You know.
Wow.
Hi, Ridley Soria.
Who has good advice?
Build a man a fire and he'll be warm for a day. Set a man on fire and he'll be warm for the rest of his life. Says
Very
Tec-
true.
yeah, technically
Hi,
true.
Trip Up Water. Yeah, I'm sorry. And Anastasia Beaver hasn't says I'm gonna marry Big Man, which is not part of it. Well, Big Man was part of the Splatfest, I guess, technically, but yeah, Big Man is the man array that's part of whatever the
Deep
trio is. Deep Cut. Thank you. You're right. Wow, perfect. Very
Is that the
good.
band in the game?
Wait, his name is Manta Ray?
No, his name is
Big Man.
Big Man.
Oh, okay,
Or
sorry.
Big Manta Ray.
Oh, that
Oh,
makes
now I
sense.
get it.
I understand.
That's like what's it called? Never mind.
So clearly, yeah. Did you know that Alucard's name backwards is Dracula?
I didn't know that.
So clearly,
Mind
Team Grub
blown.
was the least favorite, I guess, over fun. I can't believe people are picking fun over Grub at the very least. They argue Team Gear all the way, but Grub's got to be at least your second choice.
Here's another thing. Just
Oh, boy.
throw it out there. You have grub, but without gear, you
Grub.
can't protect the grub. So the other animals on the island eat all your grub because all you're worrying about is eating it. You're not.
Again, in this scenario, it's unlimited grub.
Yes, thank
We
you.
could feed every animal. We'd be the heroes
Come
of the
eat,
island.
yes.
We'd be feeding the animals.
You would be the
feeding
island's king.
ourselves,
Yes, the animals would respect you.
Trading
Why?
with
Wait, why
your
would they
people
respect
Yeah,
me?
animals
to
never,
get
never try to
didn't
steal
bring
food.
fire product.
You just said I didn't. I'm not bringing the grub. It's just there. So I have no reason to be a hero. I'm the outsider, and they're eating all this delicious grub. And they're like, "Oh no, this guy's going to eat all our grub."
Well, there's plenty for everybody.
Well, he's going to eat a bunch of it.
I don't know if animals think like this. Look at this guy coming.
You know what I
mean? A lot of them would eat the chocolate and they wouldn't handle it well. More Little Debbie cosmic brownies for me, says Highland. That's true. The animals would probably be
Cosmic
dead by the
brownies
time
and
they got
zebra
there.
cakes. Yeah.
A healthy balanced diet.
What if the island
Yeah,
has
lots
zebras?
of-
How are they going to feel about eating
lots of
zebra
That's
cakes?
what
vitamins.
the zebra cakes are made out of.
Cannibalism.
These zebra cakes taste very different from what I'm
No,
used
wait
to.
a second. Zebra cakes are to zebras what cow pies are to cows, right?
I hope not.
Ew, really?
Ew.
Is that the grub you're bringing on your island? Cow pies?
I'm not bringing it. It's already there.
There are cow tails.
Stop changing the rules.
An island full of cow pies sounds like a horrible place to be.
I wouldn't
have a problem.
All right, moving on. Deux, last week we didn't talk about Andor. Do you want to talk about Andor?
We don't have to. I like the show. That's all. That's all.
Okay, if you don't want to. I felt bad because last week I said we would talk about it and we didn't, so I wanted to give you a window to talk about it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to spoil anything. I think it's great.
Are you up to date?
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
am not. I still got to watch that one
That's a whole new
newest
show.
episode. But
Yeah, love the newest episode. I just love how they're doing it. You know, it's like a real story. Really care about the characters, care about the story.
I
And I
thought the
said
music
this-
was
The
really
force
good
is
too.
strong
the
with this
music's
one.
great. I feel like it doesn't even need to be a Star Wars movie too. There's no lightsabers. There's no like big bad sinister evil guy yet. You know, there's like, you know, people who work for the Empire and they're like kind of,
Yeah.
you know, they're just doing their jobs. It's like very,
Yeah.
but it's fascinating. And the newest episode has like a board meeting, for lack of a better word, and it's one of the most interesting scenes in a Star Wars anything that I've seen. Like I was very invested in the whole thing.
Well,
Boring.
Josh, your point about
there's a board-
there being not a big bad villain, like there's the guy that is like running the, you know, not running the main guy that's part of the bad guys, you know, the cops. But
the
he's
American guy.
yeah,
in-
but he's
amongst all the-
multi-layered because like he puts up a big
Well,
front.
that's why I find, because I don't see him as like a sinister.
Yeah,
evil.
yeah,
he's,
yeah.
He's kind of like an Elliot Ness kind of thing, where he's like he thinks he's doing his job, and he's just like a corny guy that does it by the book. And
Yeah, you know what Elliot Ness's wife's name was?
this ought to be good.
Loch Ness? Loch?
Penis.
P.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I spoil it?
Good too. Lock is good. I was gonna say P, but
Nice.
Well, her name was Penelope.
Penis.
Her name was Penelope. They called her P for short.
that is really funny. PNS. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah,
Oh,
it's a really
jeez.
good. You're right. I don't want to say when you say it doesn't sound like a Star Wars. it comes across as an insult, but I don't mean it like an insult. It feels like it's story first instead of Star Wars
which
first.
is why it's working for me.
Which
you
is
know?
also kind of why
Hi, Storba. Hi,
Rogue One
Kufu.
was like really unique.
I
Too.
like-
mean, it was
Same
like
guy.
Star
Yeah.
Wars, but it was like
That was more Star Wars,
self-contained.
but you're right. Yeah. I mean,
Plus, they're fleshing out his character a lot now. Obviously, the show's named after his character, but the guy who plays him too is terrific.
yeah.
Now,
He's-
before
he's
I
excellent.
get made fun of, I'm going to ask this as a question rather than figure it out on my own later and get laughed at.
When are they going to get to the Star
Is
War?
the title and it's a character's name, right?
It's his
That's
last
what
name.
Deux was just
Is
saying
that-
right now.
Is that
That's not where the Ewoks
is
live.
there is there a pun in that where it's and or?
Not yet.
Okay.
There can be.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm asking, is there something in there because it just seems like it's
Zikamoto.
Andor
Actually,
is like very. It's
That's
like,
a great question because this one thing that I can say about the show is it doesn't fall into what Star Wars and Marvel have been doing recently, for better or worse, where everything needs like a one-liner joke, or if there's like an awkward pause and then you like action scene, awkward pause, and then like, oh, here's a joke, and it's like cuts the tension, and it's so formulaic. And sometimes, based on the joke, it either works or it doesn't.
Base.
This, I would say, doesn't have any jokes.
Oh.
I don't
Not that
think
I've
there's
seen,
been
no.
a single joke, and it's
Although this is very funny because if you ask my dad, my dad specifically this week said he liked the comedic nature of it, and I was like,
well, because he made the Andor joke.
"What
that
are
Nicky
you
Hill
talking
made.
about?" He's like, "There's
So
a lot
it's-
of moments that
saying
lighten the
it's-
mood," and I was like, "Are you watching the same show? I can't think of
would you
one."
classify it then as a drama and or science fiction?
I guess
Yes,
so.
definitely.
I guess so.
Also, it is possible that your father is not watching the same show and doesn't know it.
It's very true. It's
Definitely
very true.
true.
But my mom was watching it with him, and she
Watching
was
The Big Bang
describing the
Theory.
show, so she's watching the right show. But
Hmm.
yeah, because
They're
he
in separate
specifically
rooms.
brought up the comedic element, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't think of anything that was even slightly funny. There may be an
Yeah, I
offhand
seriously
comment that is
can't.
supposed to lighten the conversation they're having, but not in a comedic way. I don't know what he's
I
talking
really
about.
appreciated it, and it doesn't feel like it's taking itself so seriously, and it doesn't feel like one of those things where you describe it as, oh, this one's so dark. Like it's
Yes,
not like that.
yes, that's exactly
But
my
it's
complaint with House of the Dragon and Andor. Andor is a serious show that feels serious, but it's not like we're a serious show. With House of the Dragon, they do things where I feel like they're like we're an adult show, and I'm like,
I don't feel that, but I do feel the soap opera-ness that you were mentioning the other day when we were talking about it. It does feel very soap opera like, and
And that's a bad thing?
no,
it's not
it's
actually.
fine.
I still enjoy it,
Okay,
but
good.
yeah,
It's just listen.
Full of a soap
There,
opera here.
listen. When you are talking
Yeah.
about different shows,
I mean, it's
it
no
depends-
Dark Shadows.
It depends. That's right. Depends on what the show is, but there are certain shows where I don't expect them to go in certain directions, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I feel it does fit better in certain ways. Like I wouldn't expect Young and the Restless style antics in House of the Dragon, but there are some storylines and
There
how they're
are
handling
antics,
them.
I will tell you.
I should say how they're handling the storylines. I feel like where I'm like, this isn't exactly what I would expect or want from this kind of show. I'm not like this is horrible or anything, but I'm like they're listen, I guess what I'm saying is Young and the Restless like really dials up the salaciousness of everything.
Oh, it does.
And
Mhm.
House of the Dragon, I feel, is starting to dial up the salaciousness of things a little
Oh
too
my
much.
God!
Where I'm like, this is a little bit like over the top for this kind of show. But for Young and the Restless, I never watch, and I'm like, this is too unbelievable. Like, I
mean-
never get that. Somebody could die in a car crash and come back the next day, and I'll be like, oh, he's back. Okay, I like
It's
it.
an identical
sense.
twin.
Yeah, exactly. It all
Well,
just makes sense there. But
We recently watched an episode where Victor, the main character, who's like 1,000,000 years old, went like 3 rounds with a big old like heavy bag. Just
yeah, it was really funny.
and I was like, oh my god, are they gonna like kill him off? Like, is he gonna have a heart attack?
like maybe you can help me out here, and he's in the book, and I don't know. The guy that is like pulling the strings, that's got he can't walk right.
yeah.
In the book, do they go out of their way to describe him as like a dastardly villain where he's like hobbling around and is like and like smelling flowers? I'm like, so sweet. And
No, I mean
Ew.
that's the thing about.
are you watching the
I
show?
am, but I don't remember that.
The guy,
No,
I
this
don't
is
want to
not
give
Andor, this is
spoilers,
the
but
other game.
the guy that
They're really laying it on thick with
Thank you.
his character.
you.
I feel just because I have read it, but keep in mind that that it's based on like a fake history. It's like written like a fake history book, and this is going to sound super nerdy, but this is how he wrote it. He wrote it as an archmaester of the Citadel that was reading a jester from that time's biography and the septon of that time's biography. So he's got the most salacious side of the story, and he's got the most like straightened up, could not be true, like divine side of the story. And he's a scholar who's writing this, and he's picking and choosing what he wants. So there's, for this character Larry Strong that you're talking about, they describe him as, well, he could have killed the characters that he killed in this episode, or it could have been this and that, and like the way he writes it, it leaves it all up to interpretation.
So this is like,
and in fact, when I read the book, I found Larry Strong, the guy that you're describing, to be a good guy, but they're painting him as like this really kind of sinister dude.
Because in this show, it's like, surely no one will suspect me. I can barely walk, and I sit in the garden and smell flowers. I'm like, nobody thinks this guy's doing something. So him in particular, everybody else I'm pretty much cool with, but him in particular, I'm like,
sitting in the garden
what's
smelling
going
the
on here?
flowers.
I'm too feeble. I have to walk with a cane.
I feel like George might have something to say about that.
George walks with a hobble, or he's carrying things.
I mean, a garden, sniffing limes, sniffing limes.
George is appearing in House of the Dragon. It's true. He's got a cameo coming up. Keep an eye out for him. The Lime Maester.
So this whole thing is almost like
he's
like a
sniffing.
Rashomon tale, where it's like you get both
Maybe huffing
sides,
limes.
or you're just getting one story that was put together by somebody who analyzed both.
Well,
sides.
here I feel like he's very one note.
It's like,
yes, look in the chat. Anastasia Beaverhausen's got it. It's like
That's what I pictured in my head.
great.
So
That's great.
There's always three sides of the story.
I mean, he's not doing that. He's not. He's metaphorically twirling his mustache, but because literally in one scene he's like sitting there, like, and he's like smelling a flower to be like
the story.
I missed the flower scene, apparently.
Does the book?
I know it's not, well, up to that point, I was like annoyed with the guy. There you go. Up to that scene, I was like, this guy's over the top.
The only guy with a cane in the whole thing.
Listen, usually when I'm watching it, I'm very tired, and it's hard for me. And I'm sorry.
This is funny too. We're watching the show now. I'm 99.9% sure I'm right. The king is missing an arm now.
No,
I think maybe
that was a hand.
He's missing a couple of fingers. They had to take
in the newest episode. his arm's not gone. Like,
there's something weird.
So.
Well, I'll have to look again.
Notice.
Well, I'll look again then. I won't even make the comment.
At like 10 p.m.
Well, man, he comes out and I'm like, this guy's still kicking.
Well, right? I was, and I read the book and I was like, this guy's still alive. Oh yeah, he is supposed to be still alive.
When he showed up,
Lanquin,
I was like, oh.
Thank you so much for that GIF. I cannot explain how much. All these pictures of this guy. Oh my god,
like
this is so good.
Eating,
it's so good. Yeah,
they're laying it on so.
This,
thick.
yes, this
is
is a soap opera character. Yeah, or how they're portraying him anyway. But anyway, before we get into this, is not a Game of Thrones podcast, but
it's
that
House
was,
of Dragon,
or House of Dragon. That's right.
That's right.
Oh no,
House of Ice and Dragons.
It's just the beauty of the original series was it had so many different characters from all over Westeros. This is kind of centralized in one place, and they gotta jump like a lot of years just to kind of get the story kick started. So
yeah,
I'm still into it, and I'm looking forward to where it goes. And they're doing the source material, in my opinion, considerable justice.
Listen, I'm having fun with it, and there's things I'm having fun with this conversation. There's things that irk me, but overall, every week I'm like, new House of the Dragon tonight. I'm excited to see. Like, I'm into the show. Don't get me wrong. I really am enjoying the show. It's fun to watch. I'm not on the same serious level as I was with Game of Thrones, but I do very much look forward to it.
Well, what serious level are you at?
What rules?
Here?
No, I mean, like, back when Game of Thrones was really in its prime, like, I was like,
that was at serious level.
That
Serious
was
level
serious.
what?
Serious
Serious level
level
5?
10.
Okay.
10.
What happened?
All right. Now
Your
we'll swing
words
back.
are as empty as your
We'll swing back in the
soul.
direction of game stuff, because I don't know what happened, but this week I got a whole bunch of nice press kits and stuff. So I thought I'd share them
I came home
on the podcast.
I came home and one day, and there were 2 boxes on the front
One
step,
day.
and then when I walked into the kitchen, there were 2 packages on the kitchen counter, and exactly 0 of those boxes were for me.
They're always for her, and this week they were for me.
Interesting.
So first off, thank you to the gang at Microids. They just sent over some games just for the hell of it, and I think I should do a giveaway of at least one of them. So they sent 13, which is what we were talking about last week.
Oh,
and
cool.
please do me a
Oh.
favor, feel that cover.
Is it embossed?
Nice.
The
Very
13 is I don't know, embossed. or
Lenticular?
It's foil
Ooh.
stamped.
Not lenticular, not
it's
lenticular.
raised.
It is
Would you
raised,
want to feel
yeah.
it? Raised?
It is raised.
Kirby, would you like to feel
I
it?
think
It has
embossed.
risen. Yeah.
He is risen.
Oh, yeah.
They
Patron
are
is risen?
They are
There you go.
risen.
So they sent over
Yeah.
a copy of 13 for the Switch, and this is updated with the patch that they put out. So that's important. They also sent over a lenticular
I had to hear all about it.
Sweet.
House of the Dead remake, and this is the
Play us a little lenticular jam.
limited
okay.
edition. Limited.
Oh.
Limited
That's a
edition.
typo.
There you go.
That guy got fired.
Anybody want to look at that?
I
You
mean,
can.
I'll give it a touch.
It's a sleeve, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
looks
on the actual
spooky.
case.
No. And then finally, they sent a nice
like it is spooky?
limited edition steelbook
Oh, yeah,
edition
very
of
spooky.
Fist Forged in Shadow Torch, which is the
Limited,
Metroidvania.
not limited.
regular limited Metroidvania steampunk rabbit game. I haven't played this one yet, but I am very excited to.
That's so cool. You haven't really gotten physical games in so
yeah,
long, right?
yeah. They a lot of companies now they send out codes because it's easier, which makes perfect sense. I
So
get
that
it.
was the giveaway. Thank you.
But I mean, if one of you
Thanks
guys
very
really
much.
wants one of these games, yeah. But I feel like I should give away one of them. I should do if I knew how to run a poll in Discord. I'd do a poll. You know what? I'll get a poll in the Discord next week. We'll talk about it. I'll do a giveaway for one of them. Whatever one gets the most votes, we'll
This
do a
is like
giveaway
a
for.
side scroll, right?
Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It looks.
Here, you want to put those around the shelf, actually.
Looks intense.
Uh,
Looks fisty.
so thank you to Mike Royds.
Anybody else want to?
Thank you, Mike Rowe.
Now I got
Whoa,
this.
box of chocolates.
Whoa.
I got a giant box from Pokemon Company
Yeah, you
for
Nice.
Pokemon for Pokemon Masters EX. This is one of the fanciest press packages I've gotten.
Wow.
First
Oh
off,
my
That's
God.
Anybody?
Whoa.
a Viewmaster.
What a
There's
time.
nothing in there.
Like,
Here you go. You can
It's empty.
view these, Master.
you can view those.
With some Pokemon stuff in there. But this is the really nice part. Sorry, can you hold that? Yeah. Look at that. I'll show it to the
I wanna
viewers
see
first.
it.
Look at that. A Ash and Pikachu, what do you call it? It's like
It's a shadow box.
Yes, a shadow box of Ash and Pikachu for Pokemon Masters EX, because both of these guys just made it over there. Or this is a sync pair that's in Pokemon Masters EX now. So thank you to the Pokemon Company. This is really awesome. Now here's the thing.
Didn't come with the game though. I noticed.
It's a mobile
I
game,
don't
so you can just download it
Oh,
for free.
this part seems like
No game in the package.
You know
just
what?
So
I bet
everyone
if you scan that, it's either going to take you to the game or to the YouTube
knows.
channel.
Boom.
And that's
Not doing it. You can put
Cool.
that down
this,
if you want.
this doesn't work.
What do you mean?
It's like
like
smushed
that's a
on one
little
side.
smooshed. This is a little smooshed. That's a little cook.
All right. Well,
And then we didn't want to break.
thank you guys.
We wanted to
But thank you
break.
then. But I was going to say I am a Pokemon fan, but not to that degree. So I feel like that should definitely
Snorlax.
go to somebody else.
Is this little guy here?
I think yeah,
Pizza-
Snorlax.
Pizza rat.
That's Roger.
That's Snorlax on the left and Pikachu on the right.
Picolax.
It looks like it's been busted open a little bit.
Right. I didn't want to mess with it. You can break it.
I
didn't
can
want to
break
be
it.
that
I will
person.
break it.
Very nice. This looks like something I could make with my cricket. Like a real
Yeah.
cool craft lady.
It's been
Cricket.
smooshed.
You got to know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
Well, I could just take the whole thing apart. All right, I'm not going to do this now. But anyway, thank you to Pokemon Company. That's very nice of you. That shadow box is awesome. I really like that. And then we have,
Man,
yeah, it's the best
got
one.
It's
more?
like
It's the best
Christmas
one.
over here.
This one is probably my favorite press kit that I've ever gotten.
wow.
Naked
In the
Wario.
history of GoNintendo.
Really? That's a big thing.
This is really awesome. So this came
It's a
from,
box.
and I'm honored.
Who's
the
it? Zach and
guys,
Wiki?
huh? No, right? Yeah, it looks like that. No, this came from the Tunic guys, and they
Oh.
sent over an awesome Tunic package. First off is an old school Legend of Zelda style manual
Isn't that,
for Tunic.
isn't that what you?
But-
create in the game?
Very
You have to
cool.
play the game to get that.
You play the game and you get pages, except that is for the press kit. It's an instruction booklet made for the press kit to tell you what's in the press kit.
Yeah,
like
here,
a puzzle
open
kit?
box. And
Oh, yes, and that
And
I'll
enjoy.
get into that. I'll get into that. I also got a little pin from one of the
Ooh.
enemies. I forget what this one is called. He's probably in the book.
your
Green
enemy
Splat
sent you
Boy.
a pin.
I got
Sounds-
a little Tunic main character pin, which is a really nice pin.
That's cute.
This is
Yeah,
cute.
these are nice pins.
Oh, what's cute?
I got a Tunic finger puppet.
Oh.
A nice finger puppet, or a puppet for other parts of your body.
I'm so
use your
sorry for
imagination.
Mom Brain.
We all got a nice sticker sheet of some of the Tunic items and enemies.
Very
this
nice.
is really cool. A Tunic like notepad with Tunic font on the front. The game has its own language, so it's got that and a nice pen. It's really nice.
Cool.
For taking all
Does
your
it
notes
work with your
about your finger
computer
puppet.
keyboard?
What? Yeah. If you want
nice.
to unfold that, Nicky Hill, and show that to the camera, they sent a map as well. And here's something. They
This is,
sent
like full of spoilers.
they sent a puzzle piece.
Just one?
Just one with a little something on it. Somebody holding a flag, it looks like.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hold that up to the camera. Now here's what I found out. They sent out
Looks like
thank you, Nicky Hill. The overworld of Tunic, a nice map that matches the map that you see in the game.
Show you too much. You gotta play
this
the
is
game.
pretty darn cute. Not
I
gonna
know.
lie.
But here's the thing about the puzzle piece.
Unless
I'll take all this.
So they send it to multiple people, and now you have to connect with people to get the puzzle together.
Yeah,
So
do you
I
have to,
was
like,
looking
make
at
friends?
there were some other people who got this press kit. Our friends at Game Explain got a press kit, and they did a video for it. They got a different puzzle piece. So I think I reached out to them and I was like, we have different puzzle pieces. I think we have to work together to put together this puzzle. So now this week I have to figure out who else got puzzle pieces. 'cause
And take them out.
Take them
Steal
out.
their
'cause
puzzle
I have to
pieces.
figure out what this puzzle means. I don't know
And
what
if
it
we
means.
find the jade monkey by the time they're all dead.
Thank you to Finji for sending over this Tunic.
Did you? Do they make a
Got a case of
physical
the Finji.
Tunic, or did they just
Not-
make the
Finji face.
digital?
Not yet, to my knowledge. Yeah, and the press kit tells you one of the pages on the instruction booklet tells you to open your email, and you open your email to get the code that they sent over. But yeah, thank you to them for that. That was really awesome. Thank you everybody that sent stuff over. That's really cool.
Feel free
But,
to feel free, guys.
The Tunic stuff is
Yeah.
not over with yet. I'm very much into solving that puzzle mystery. So if you're a member of the press and you got one of the Tunic press kits and you're not Game Explain, because I know about them already,
Yeah, what
please
else
let
was
me
in
know.
That, what else was in that?
A finger.
The rule book. The
What rules? Yeah, the little notebook in the back has a code written in the game's language that I have to figure out, but everybody else's books has, or the other book that I know exists has a different code in the back too. So I don't know. There's a mystery for us to solve outside of the game. And I'll be talking about the game later today. All right, we did that. Yeah, let's do this. We'll bounce in between game stuff and not game stuff. I'm going to show, well, first off, I'm going to send this to the Discord so you guys can play along.
what do you guys think of the Smash Burger logo? The change.
I didn't know
It looked like GameStop. I thought
They changed it though. Now it's
All right,
it's like
Discord.
Now
a
it looks
thing
like
that smashes the
Electronics Boutique.
burgers.
Oh.
I need you to take a look at your Wheel of Fortune puzzle
Oh,
in the
yeah,
Discord, everybody.
is-
Mom Brain, please refrain from.
Oh
playing.
boy.
Do please refrain from.
All right, so hold on. If you are listening only and you're not in the Discord or watching the, well, I guess you can't watch the video version. Oh, I can show you here, your video version.
That's how Wheel of Fortune is.
That's right. On Wheel of Fortune, they had a puzzle. This was Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, by the way. If you're not seeing it at the table, here it is. Here's the puzzle. I want you to all think of your answer, and then we will see what your answer is.
Okay.
Nikki
that
Hill, yes, this is
Yeah.
real. Nikki
have-
Hill, do you have an answer?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
Suns out, guns out.
Okay, PC.
Sun's out, guns out.
Same.
Okay, do.
Sun's Hour, Buns Hour. No, I would have said obviously what the answer is. Sun's
Yes,
Out, Guns
that's what I would have
Did
said.
they say buns out or
Is
something?
it fun's out?
Let's see what the chat said before I get to the details here.
Did they catch up to us? Yet?
Red Souza says guns. Kyle says buns. Anastasia says buns. Keith says guns. Pippa says buns.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
more buns
out.
than I
Buns
thought.
out is a thing too.
It's Red Susan
Lot of
says it's
grilling.
guns, but I like buns too. So it's pretty
Neither of
split.
them are appropriate for
Sun's
primetime
out.
television.
Tony
Sun's
says puns out. So anyway, I thought guns, and the
Sun's
celebrity,
out, sun's out.
the celebrity that answered this correctly was Snoop Dogg,
Of
and
course.
Snoop Dogg said buns out, and that was the correct
Huh.
answer. When they said it
What?
was the correct answer, I like laughed because I thought Pat was joking.
Snoop Dogg, hot
But-
dogs, hot dog buns. That guy knows. I give him credit.
That's right.
Big
he
hot
makes
dogs
hot dogs.
watching.
He does make hot dogs, but yeah, I have never heard "Suns Out, Buns Out."
I've heard
Oh,
it, but
come
that's
on.
not
I've never
like, the
heard it.
go-to.
Never.
You're
Ever.
I believe
always-
you've never heard
Yeah,
it.
you know all the things the kids are saying.
And
these days.
interestingly,
Who the hell's saying this?
I mean,
interestingly,
I've said
Raw
it.
Meat's parents said buns,
They
so
did.
it's not like
But they had never heard of guns.
right. But like for you to have never heard the buns.
Well, my parents
one,
weren't ever saying "Suns Out, Buns Out."
I
Everybody.
know, but I still think it's kind of strange that you've
I-
never heard it.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm saying I haven't
never
heard
said
it.
that.
But "Guns Out" is the one I go for right away. Like my parents didn't even know what it meant. They knew what "Buns Out" meant. But
Well,
I was just surprised. I was like, is there a whole part of the country that's
Yeah,
saying
when
"Suns
it's-
Out,
when
Buns
it's-
Out" that
when
I
it's
don't even
sunny
know?
out,
that?
you make hamburgers and hot dogs. You need the buns for.
Or
Tony
But
says
she
yes, hot dog buns, not other kinds of buns. That's correct.
sun's out, nuns out. Joe
Uh,
Shabadoo.
Langwood says I've heard of both, but I'm an ass man, so I always go with buns. Well, I'm an ass man as well, but I just have never heard of that phrase, so
Not
I
anymore.
guess not anymore. That's right. So I found that interesting. I wanted to present it to the chat to see what you guys said. Deux, this is about you. Hoo-goo. Remember how we were talking about Stadia? I've talked about Stadia a few times, and then
And I
that
said it would never last.
and that one time you were like, we don't need to tell people what's on Stadia. They can go find out for themselves. And I was
Not
like, there's lots of
anymore.
good stuff on Stadia. Well, you
Wait,
got your
you're-
wish.
You're saying that I'm the one that I was the one that was saying it was going to be a big failure. It's not because I didn't.
No,
ring
it was
out
just
the games
it was
that
just
a
funny
failure.
because the conversation I was trying to have the conversation of we got to let people know about Stadia because it's not doing well. And you
No,
were like,
we
we don't
don't.
need to tell anybody.
because I don't use it.
Well, now after what January 23rd, no one will be using it
Well, did you
because
hear
it is
about
dead.
the gamer that had 6,000 hours in Red Dead Redemption 2, and he's like begging Rockstar to like
Yes.
transfer his character over, and it's kind of like you started it on Stadia. Like, why would you do that?
Well, a lot of people have asked companies to please move the cloud saves over. And I don't remember what companies it was, but there were 3 game companies that said they're looking into doing that. So Ubisoft was one of them for sure. I remember them saying they're going to see about bringing over the Stadia cloud saves. But
What did you play on Stadia? That
Wavetail. Yep, which is when this dies, the only place you can play it. So it is coming to Steam. It is coming to other platforms. We have no idea when, but when Stadia goes away, if Wavetail is not already released on something else, then that it'll be gone. You won't be able to play it at all. So
why not?
That
Why
sucks.
can't they release it somewhere else? Because it was exclusive.
well, they had an exclusive for I don't know how long,
Yeah, but
probably
when
a
the
year.
when the platform disappears, it doesn't need to be like your contract.
I understand
Right.
that, but you're acting like you just like, okay, we'll move it over here. Like it takes time. It takes months of time. Plus, these developers had no idea Stadia was going to put.
You just switch.
Most of the people
you
at
switch
Stadia
some
didn't
of the
know.
ones to O's, and it works. I'm no
That's what it
I'm
is.
no expert, but I
But I know how
think
to do
I
this.
know.
Yeah, they
Thing
can.
or two.
Well, listen, they've been working on the ports for a while. It's not like they're like.
Ports. I get it. Takes
Wave
place
trail.
on the water.
It's not like they're saying we're
This guy.
exclusive. We can't do anything for a year. They're obviously working on the ports behind the scenes, but they can't publicly say anything because that goes against their exclusivity deal. Now that the service is coming to an end in January, I don't know if that means they can just be like, okay, here's where it's coming. We know Steam for sure because if you go to Steam, you see the listing for it there. But other platforms, we don't know for sure. I think we have a good idea where it's going. But yeah, when it goes away January, if it's not out on other systems, then it's just dead. You will have no way of playing that game
Hurry up already.
until they put out another port, which is sad. But
Again,
Stadia's
doesn't
dead?
sound like my problem. I don't know why you started it out.
no,
calling me out on this
no.
one,
I
but-
wasn't calling you out. I was saying it was funny because we had that conversation and I was trying to promote Stadia, and you were like, "Don't talk about it. People don't need to hear about this."
I didn't know what it was at the time when I was saying that. I thought it was like some sort of competition in a bad way for the industry, and you clearly didn't see it that way, which is why you're
Well,
trying
I
to
mean,
promote
it's
it. So
it's cloud gaming in general, which a lot of people are very much against. So I can't tell you how many emails I got that were like, "Thank God Stadia's dead. Now maybe the Switch will stop getting cloud games." And I'm like, boy, oh boy,
I'm not
people, what's
okay.
going
I'm
on?
not against cloud gaming, but I'm not going to go to a platform like Stadia when I've got Nintendo for the past 30 years in
Well,
my back pocket.
that's the other thing. Like, if you're gonna go native port versus cloud, I'll take native port every single time, obviously, because that's there. You're gonna have no input issues. You don't have to worry about internet connections. Like, that's what you want. But if you're only gonna, well, here's the other thing. If you don't care about game ownership, as in like digital or physical, and you don't feel like spending hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars on getting a computer to play games or a console to play games, Stadia and other cloud services are a good option monetarily, because you're paying a subscription fee. I don't know, $12, $15, whatever it was, and you get a whole bunch of games. You can raise your tier to get more games, but you get access to all those games. You're just playing them through the cloud. So, like, if you're someone who's possibly interested in gaming, but you're like, I don't want to drop $300 on a system for one game I might want to play, then you get Stadia, and you're like, I paid $15. I can play like 50 games. And
sounds like you're not
that's it.
interested in gaming if that's the way you look
well,
at it.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe you play Stadia and you're like, games are cool. I'm into games. And then you buy a system. You're like, whatever. You play Red Dead on Stadia and you're like, I'm into this enough to buy a system. And then you get a Xbox or a PlayStation.
We don't have to worry about it now. do we?
Are there virtual reality games that are playable through the cloud?
I'm sorry, say this again.
Are there virtual reality games available through the cloud?
I can't imagine there are.
And the follow-up is, if you were to play virtual reality games in the cloud, does that mean you're playing with your head in the clouds?
You're in charge of the rim shot there, buddy. I can't do it. So yeah, listen, when it comes to ownership of games and digital versus physical and native and all that, I totally get everybody who wants all that stuff. I understand it, and I am on your side as far as I prefer all that. I don't think the idea of cloud gaming shouldn't exist. I get why people don't want it personally, but I still think it should exist to let the consumer choose if they want to do that, if they're okay with that. Now, obviously, with Stadia, people seem to have decided they don't want it. So I don't know if that's from a lack of advertising through. I don't know if that's a lack of advertising through Google, or just people aren't interested, or people don't even understand what it is, which is definitely a big portion of the public as well. There's plenty of people who have no idea what the hell cloud gaming means. So it's just not the time. So
I don't. I mean, I get it, but I'm not like, really, if I want to wrap my head around it, I'm stupid enough to think all you have to change is a couple zeros and O's and you can play something on any system.
Zeros and O's too. That's the letter O and the number 0. You're right. You don't understand a lot. Yeah, it just makes me sad that that's where Wavetail is only for now. So eventually it'll be somewhere else. What else I got here? Oh, I had a virtual meeting with Nintendo this week. So Nintendo every once in a while will do these holiday tours, and this one was virtual. Yes,
like actual virtual reality.
No, my head was not in the clouds.
Zoom meeting?
That would be so
yeah,
cool.
it's a Zoom meeting. So
Instead
they
of
used to
going
do
like
these
some
in
private
person.
event, they could just do it. Oh, that would be so awesome.
They used to do these in person. They still do some in person, but they've pared down a lot because of the pandemic. So this was a virtual one where it was like, I want to say about an hour, where I got to see, their holiday lineup. So I got to see, I'm not playing anything, obviously. I'm just hearing about it and talking about it. And they focused on, Nintendo does a lot of long tail stuff plus new stuff. So they wanted to talk about some things that were already out. I'm like, I don't really need to hear about them. But I got to
directly to them,
and then he hung up on him. It was great.
I did. I said, they were like, do you want to hear about,
Did you say, please tell me you said, it's not.
I said, quit wasting my time.
It's Miyamoto, and then you hung up.
I'm trying to think of games like games that recently came out. They're like Mario Strikers, Mario, whatever it is. And I'm like, That's out
Maybe
already.
you should have paid attention.
They didn't even know their own game. They were talking about.
I'm like, that's out already. We don't really need to talk
They were
about
like,
it.
"That's out. That's our game," and we didn't even know it was out.
And then
even
they
know the
talked
name.
about Kirby's Dream Buffet, and I was like,
And they were-
I
and
don't
you
want
were
to.
like, no, it's the realms. It's Kirby and the Forgotten Realms.
I said I don't want to sound like a broken record, but
I
it's
hate
out already.
food
We've
games.
reviewed it. I don't need to hear about it. And they're like, no, we get it. Totally fine. And then they talked about Bayonetta 3. So that's fine. And they talked about
And then you said, "Talk slower."
Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle or Sparks of Hope. So that's great.
And you
Yeah,
said,
when-
"Talk even slower."
When Bayonetta 3 was discussed, the person presenting it was like, and it has whatever that mode is called in Bayonetta
Boob
3,
mode?
where no, it's the opposite, where it
Oh.
takes all that stuff
Prude
out. Prude mode, and they were like, you can turn this on if they're trying to dance around saying like you can turn this on so you don't if there's somebody who
Mom's
doesn't want to
there.
see boobs, and I was like, don't worry, I'll put it on when my parents are around so they don't see that stuff, and they all laughed. But it's just funny to hear Nintendo talking about like how to not see nudity in a game because it's not usually their
I mean, you don't
forte,
see any
but,
nipples.
maybe this time
And
we
I've
do.
tried.
Maybe
Oh
this
my
time.
Yeah.
Um,
No nipple, no care.
so yeah, it's not just the like nude or lewd aspects. It's like some of the violence and also some of the innuendo and all that stuff too.
Yeah, the
But
reason
there's
to
no
play the
innuendo
game.
in
Yeah.
Bayonetta games.
Took all that
What are
stuff
you
out.
talking about? And her, I mean, just the way Bayonetta walks literally is
Oh,
full
yeah.
of
Like
how do I say this
Jitter
tastefully?
juice.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Sexy
suggestive. Like
walk.
yeah, I've never seen anyone walk like that in real life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's a
That's
good
like
way
called
of saying it.
strut.
And I've tried.
So
And heels, come on.
yeah, we talked about that. We talked about
Heels that
Pokemon.
are also guns.
Yeah, right.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So I saw, they show you the trailer. That's the most recent trailer, but then they give you a rundown of the game. It's obvious.
Red and purple, right?
Red. No, we've already had red, so you got to go with another word for Scarlet.
Crimson.
Crimson and purple. There you go.
There's never a
Red,
crimson. Was
red.
there a crimson?
There was not a crimson. No,
There must have been a ruby, right?
Burgundy.
Ruby.
There was a
Ruby,
ruby.
yeah.
Yeah,
So.
there's Ruby and Sapphire.
Will be wed.
Will be wed. Yes. So thank you to Nintendo for having me for that.
Thank you.
It was a lot of fun to talk because I'm actually getting to
you.
talk to like Nintendo people. It was through Zoom, but what are you gonna do? But it was nice. And then somehow a conversation about Marvel came up, and me and some other lady went on like a tangent, and then one of the people was like, well, there's only about like 10 minutes left, and we were like, oh yeah, sorry. Well, let's talk about Nintendo. But it was fun. It's always nice to get invited to that stuff from them. So thank you
When
to
is
Nintendo
game
for that.
coming out? Midnight Suns. That comes out soon.
This tail end of this year for everything
This
but
month, isn't
Switch.
it? Isn't it
Switch
like that?
version is next month. I thought it was December or next year, I should say. Look it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Ask a question. Don't want the answer. We did that. We did that. We did that. We did that. I think we did everything.
We did it.
Woo!
We did it all.
Is that everything?
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Yeah. All right. So we'll get to the top stories that there were. Oh, it's an hour. Should I do the? I guess I'll do the ads. I'm sorry. It's an hour. We usually do it at the hour.
We
so
have
I'll
to
do
do
that.
the ads,
But
baby.
I gotta get the plug and everything.
Oh, boy.
December 7th.
I forgot the dingle. Mom, Brain, can you get me the dingle, please?
Dingle.
It's on my
It's connected
headphones
to the
on the dining
dongle.
room table.
You want me to grab it?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's on my headphones. You could just disconnect the dingle off the headphones and bring it in.
Is it
Thank
really
you,
called
Kirby.
a dingle,
No,
or
it's
you
a
just
dongle.
Yeah, no, it's called a dingle. Look it up. The Apple dingle.
That was my favorite word to use.
Dingle or
Yeah,
dongle?
Dongle. I just go out of my way to be like, you need a dongle for that.
What about my dongle?
That phone has a dongle.
Dingleberry.
There's something I was gonna say too, and it's gone. I was like, I gotta think of something to say. Well, he's getting a dingle now. It's gone. Whatever. Nice to
Dingle
have
for
you here,
dingle.
PC.
I'm excited to be here.
I promise we'll talk about Nintendo news soon. Oh, here he is. Sorry, no time for that.
The dingle has arrived.
Thank you. All right, Josh, my friend, could you throw us to commercial, please? What's the matter, Nicky Hill? You got nothing to do with this. It's Josh. Josh is always
We'll
on top
just
of it.
have to wait and see.
Okay.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Come on in, take a seat. What are you having? Well, of course I've heard of Hair of the Dogcast. That's the podcast that talks about video games and beer. For all of the latest gaming headlines, craft beer reviews, retro games, modern games, series retrospectives, console studies, and on occasion, extremely hungover discussions on the lore of Kingdom Hearts, make sure to check out Hair of the Dogcast, part of the HyperX Podcast Network.
Hello, my name's Jonathan Dunn, host of the O3C podcast. Every week I'm joined by my two best gaming buddies, Chris and Minty, and we talk about the games we're playing, the games we love, and how they rank alongside our sacrosanct top 100 favourite video games of all time lists. Deep dives into gaming mechanics, history and lore abound, all topped off with lashings of irreverent dry British wit, witterings and wisdom. For details on the show and more, head to o3c.games and tune in every Monday on the HyperX Podcast Network.
You know, I'm not trying to knock my network guys here, but I was told my ad had to be 15 seconds. That was not 15 seconds. I was like worried about fitting everything into 15 seconds. That's felt like 25 seconds, which is fine, but 15 seconds.
Well, we know how you feel about the Brits. You're not charmed by them like I
you
am.
know, you make one I'm charmed by the Brits, just not all the Brits. Mom Brain, your nightmare is over. Because school is not back, it's just here. So. But
It can't possibly get any worse.
we do have a special deal to announce to you guys. If you had your eye on any of the pink variants of HyperX gear, you gear freaks, go get it, gear lovers. You can save 15% off throughout the month of October by using the code HXPN over at HyperX.com. Get yourself an elegant white and pink Cloud 2 or a metallic pink alloy Origin 60. What am I saying? Or any of the other pink peripherals.
Good job.
Thank you. On the site, once again, head over to HyperX.com and get 15% off all pink gaming products with the code, in all capital letters, HXPN. HXPN, HyperX.com. Thank you, guys. There you go. Let's do some news, damn it. Nicky Hill, can I get the news jingle, please? Ooh, he's right on it.
For those kinds of things, yeah.
She could have helped you out. She chose not to. All right. I'm joking.
She did me a
I'm
favor
joking.
by letting me learn it on my own. And I appreciate
Hey, you know what we learned this week, Nicky Hill?
that. Sorry?
You know what we learned this week? E3 is coming back
Oh, yeah.
in person.
We'll see. I'll believe it when it happens.
Yeah,
right?
June 13th to the 16th, E3 2023. If you want to go in person, you can. It's going to be at the same place it always is, the whatever that place is, LA Convention Center. I don't know what it's called.
Staple?
No, Staples is different. They
The
do
LA
Raw and
COVID
basketball
Center?
there. I know that. So E3 Gamer Days will take place June 15th and June 16th. That's a Friday and a Saturday. So that is the public aspect of it. The June 13th, 14th is for business people. So 2 days business, 2 days pleasure.
Ooh.
Who's going to be there? Who the hell knows? Nobody's announced
I'm
anything.
sorry, when is the business?
First 2 days, 13th
So
and the
it's
14th.
business in the front and
Party in the back. That's right. So yeah, we got no idea if Nintendo or anybody else is going to be there, but
mullet, as we used to call
they're
it.
saying it's happening. And of course, in the comments, there is a fight.
There shouldn't be any reason for Nintendo to do it, to be honest. They've been having success without it, and their directs are nice, and you don't have to leave the house.
Yeah, I agree. Nintendo's not going to go back to a traditional stage show. I'm sure of that. There's no reason for them to do that.
They're not
But
going to have Charles Martinet behind the scenes with a video camera and a microphone talking to people online.
yes, ask him whatever you want, and he'll quote it incorrectly. The
Never meet your heroes, they say.
Haleman has the top rated comment, which again is part of an argument in the comments. He says, if I've learned one thing about Nintendo, it is the fact that they will always do what the heck they want. So that is true. Nintendo always
Just like the
does
Addams Family.
whatever they.
What?
The old MC Hammer song? No? You guys don't?
I vaguely
You
You know,
remember.
nothing makes a joke funnier than explaining it. So go right ahead,
No, I'm
because
not
I
going
have
to.
no
Look it
idea
up.
what you're talking about.
Can you sing
Look
it
it up
for us?
yourself.
Sing it a little bit.
Oh, thank you. Can't.
Can you help? You're one of you guys.
I know
Adam's
the
what you're
song.
talking about.
Adam's Family Value. I think it was the second one.
Okay.
MC Hammer had like the theme, not the theme song.
It was
but
the
like
end credit
yeah.
song.
Man,
And it has to do what with this?
They do what they want to do, say what they want to say,
okay.
Yes.
live how they want
A
to live.
lyric in
right?
the MC Hammer song from the Addams Family movies.
Universally known as the
Credits.
best one.
I mean, yeah, Malibu. Bar.
By the way, not
I-
the new Addams Family movies, the animated ones.
and
the
not
live
Wednesday,
action.
which is
Robert
Addams Family
Julia.
related, but not a movie.
By the way, Addams Family was created by somebody from just a couple like right by my neighborhood,
I knew
close by
that.
home, Westfield, New Jersey.
You know who
So-
else is from New Jersey? MC Hammer.
What?
I have no idea.
I saw him in New
I
Jersey.
got no clue. Look it
Used
up.
to be-
It sounds
used to
right,
be-
right?
I
used
thought
to
he
be a
was from
carpenter, right?
Oakland or something.
Oakland, New Jersey.
No.
Yeah. I got no clue where he's from. So there you go. Well, I'll keep you updated on whatever Nintendo does with E3. They will probably have a booth like they usually do, but they're not going to put on a big show. Splatoon 3
Thank
has
you, Anastasia Beaverhausen, for putting the Addams Family groove in the
Discord. It's called Discord.
There's a little known trivia about how the movie Hotel Transylvania got made. Adam Sandler was watching Adam's Family, and he was like, "I can do this. It's my family, but I can't call it that." They called it
Oh,
Hotel Transylvania.
I thought you were going to say he pitched an Addams Family movie to the studios, and they were like, "No," and he got really upset, and he was like, "Oh, happy,
That was perfect.
Thank you.
That was way better than my absolutely true
I
story.
was wondering where that was going.
Oh man, I got really nervous about doing it, but I'm glad it worked out. Splatoon 3 has been updated to version 1.1.2, and it fixes a whole bunch of things, including
Yes.
the frequent disconnect issues or miscommunication errors that people have been getting. Deux has experienced one of them when we played. Thankfully, only one, but yes, this supposedly is meant to address that and other things, but is it working? I don't know. I haven't heard anybody complaining about it since then, so that's a good thing, but who knows? This update also includes changes for player controls, changes to how some battle stuff works, all the other little nitty gritty details. We have the full patch notes if you want, but the most important thing is the people were complaining about miscommunication errors, and this should clear that up. Currybo says, hopefully Nintendo do take swift action against cheaters. Yeah. Just this week, we saw another cheat where we found out if you have the sloshing machine.
The crap sloshing machine.
Been there.
If you have the sloshing machine and someone is on a bridge in a level and you're underneath them, the ground is thin enough for you to be able to use the sloshing machine and kill them from underneath. So they never see you. There's a piece of ground there, but something happens where Nicky Hill probably knows because he's a programmer. It happens that it kills the enemy on the other side, and it's not supposed to. So I don't know if we found out about that glitch this week, I think a day before the patch came out. So I don't know if Nintendo already knew about it. It's certainly possible they could have. I don't know if that's fixed, but this should fix the Tentamissile issue that we talked about where people were spamming that move. So one down, always more to squash, but
Hate to get us off track and go back to a previous thing, but Retsuza is, I hope this is true, in the chat has said that the baby in Adam's Family is called Pubert. Is that
Yeah.
real?
Really?
Adams.
That's
He's got a
amazing.
tiny little mustache.
I gotta get into this
Yeah, his
Adams
name is
Family.
Pubert. Where have you guys been?
There you go.
great.
Language says I only got one disconnect today instead of 12. There you go. But Anastasia
perfect
Beaver
name
hasn't
for a
got 3
baby.
disconnects. Pubert,
Pubert?
little
It's a
Pubert.
perfect name for a baby, but then again, that baby's gonna grow up. and
Pubert
it's gonna be an
Adams.
adult named Pubert.
And it's a perfect name for an adult too. So
Yeah.
I don't see the pressure.
Short.
There you go, Pubert Adams. Red Souza, thank you. Look at that beautiful baby Pubert.
Man,
Uh,
that's great.
What a name.
You don't need to do anything else. That joke is just so good.
Once again, I love
Wait,
all.
wait, is he called Pubert because he's able to grow hair despite
No.
being a baby?
He's got
They
a
just
mustache.
picked
He's got a
Pubert.
mustache.
Okay.
They like talk about his. I watch this movie at least once a year
Wow.
around Halloween, and they're talking about all these like very normal names, and they're like they're all hideous, so we settled on Pubert or something
Adam's
like
family
that.
values the name Pubert.
They do.
What? Hmm?
That was a movie
Came
that
out
was
of my
definitely
pubes.
shown on HBO like a whole lot of
Yes.
times when we were a kid. So like I've seen that movie quite a few times.
I think it might be better than the first one.
They're both great,
Whoa.
in my opinion.
We're gonna have to.
That's
I
out
need to
already?
watch
The
both
new
of
the
them.
one-
new
Wednesday's
movie is
out?
already.
Yeah.
Huh? The Monsters movie's out.
Yeah, Ice Dilbert says
Wait,
Well,
was
they
it a
watched
movie or a
already.
TV show?
No,
Movie.
It's
Oh,
It's the Rob Zombie
the Rob
one.
Zombie. And
I heard about it, but I thought it was a series or
but
something.
No,
it's
it's
so
a-
like
it's a movie.
colorful and everything. I didn't know if it was going to be like serious or like
It's like the Munsters show, so
It's, like,
not
campy,
serious. I don't
yeah.
think. Yeah.
it is campy.
Yeah, that's
I think
what
it's supposed to be pretty much exactly like the other show because Rob Zombie is a huge fan of that show. So.
Well, how would you make the Munsters serious?
I think if you
Yeah.
try now, see if they try to do that, I'm not like a big Monsters fan or anything,
Were
but
you
if I
going
saw
to
something that is
Munsters?
so campy and you're going to make it serious, I'd be like, why are you doing that? That's like, like
Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows. Yeah. I don't even like Dark
No,
Shadows,
the
but
movie.
that
He's talking
movie,
about the movie.
Oh, the movie was horrific.
yeah. Like, I don't. And Johnny Depp's like, I love Dark Shadows. Well, then why would you do
Then why
that
would
to it?
you? Yeah, yeah.
Why
no.
would you do it, Johnny?
No, absolutely.
John Depp.
Human
Now-
fecal matter.
The
He meant
dark,
real shadows, like in real life. in,
Oh,
like,
oh,
corners of
okay.
the room and stuff.
the Dark Shadows movies that were spin-offs of the TV series at the time of the TV series. Fantastic. We watched one for movie night.
Oh, that's right.
We watched one for movie night. Yeah, they were great. They were great. Yeah, 'tis the season for Dark Shadows.
I didn't even know there were like multiple movies.
Oh yeah, there were
Something is
Multiple
looming.
Thank you.
fantastic.
Moving on, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. The trailer that revealed that name as well as the release date had some text in it. That was Zonai text. And what does the internet do?
ASL.
They always they always figure out how to translate this stuff because
WYD
they're
question mark.
insane. I don't know how people figure this stuff out, but they did. Game Over Jesse, the YouTube channel Game Over Jesse, put a lot of time and research and effort into deciphering what the text says. So we have the text featured in the post with your stereotypical red circle around the text, as any clickbait YouTube thumbnail does. But in this situation, it's important. This is the text that's being translated. It says,
Oh my gosh!
Invest
this
in
image,
Ethereum.
I thought this was an image taken from the rover on Mars, and this was an image from Mars
"Thank you."
because it's the same clickbait.
Yes,
They say
yes.
the same thing.
I
This
get it.
door was seen on the surface
Yeah,
of Mars.
Yeah.
Did
It
you
says a
see the
human face on the moon.
Meanwhile, it's this big in real life.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a pebble. A shadow of a pebble.
Actually, do it translated into saying, expect a legendary announcement soon.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that.
No, this text says, when the sun
It
shines,
says, I am not Link.
but
I do know him.
when the sun shines, the moon shines. When the moon shines, the stars shine. When the sun sets, the moon turns red. Daylight comes and goes, but the sun never shines. So this could be about the blood moon in Breath of the Wild, which was a
True.
part of the gameplay.
Spoiler alert.
It could be about something else altogether. But if you want to know what the text said, now you know. Also, the two dragons that are, let's say, filleting each other in the logo. Many thought, many had a whole bunch of ideas about what these dragons represented, and it might actually be about filleting. No, it's well, maybe they represent
the moon sun setting.
they have
forever.
yeah, they have text on them.
cat.
And the text relates to the meeting of two lovers. So maybe.
Maybe
Um,
two holes.
So there you go. It's and it seems like they're well, the trailer kind of hinted at this, and the theme of all the other trailers kind of hinted at it. But it seems like this is going to be a rather sad or melancholy Legend of Zelda adventure, which I'm
Tears of the
certainly
Kingdom?
down
I
for.
don't buy it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a happy one.
So
It's a
we'll
happy
see.
track.
But now there's a couple more tidbits translated for you guys. Currybo says, love these obscure hints Nintendo purposely puts into trailers like this. Yes, another reason why I really like Nintendo, because they do this stuff all the time. And they know someone out there is going to go through the trouble of translating this stuff. And that's exactly what happened.
That ring, that's two dragons.
I mean,
Giving
you know,
each other fellation.
if you just
Oh, yeah,
look
I
at
can see that.
literally the picture I posted, you can see that there's two dragons circling each other.
I still don't see it. But
Not enough curse words on in-game shirts, though, for my taste.
That's
but-
right. They need more of that.
Wait, was
More
it Resident Evil 6 where people said
that
the
help you see the
logo
dragon more?
looked like a
giraffe?
giraffe getting sucked off or something?
Yes.
Oh,
It is.
gotta
It
see
is
that.
so accurate.
What is that?
Look at the
I gotta
Resident
see
Evil
that.
6 logo. Looks like a giraffe being filleted.
What's the deal with video
What's
game
the deal?
logos?
What's
and-
the deal with fellatio and
Yeah,
logos?
Resident Evil Sax, am I right?
Oh,
Someone will put it in the
oh
chat.
yeah,
I'm sure,
that
instantaneous.
is. Someone is going to town on that draft.
Yeah, right?
Giraffe.
A seahorse.
Oh, dear.
Zookeeper. Those two giraffes are killing each other.
There it is.
It's
There it
Resident Evil
is.
6.
Look at that. I mean, it is funny. That's not a situation where like the developers would look at that. Like the chances of someone on the team being like, that looks like a giraffe filleting someone. Like I could see that.
Shoes and everything on it.
I can see that making it past like the checks at Capcom, and then they put out the logo. And of course, someone on Twitter 5 minutes after they reveal the logo says this, and
No.
Capcom's like, "What the hell,
Yeah, that
man?"
is.
Oh my god!
Guarantee you they didn't have a
Yes.
woman on staff.
no,
Zikamuto, I also saw this one about the Olympics logo too. That is, whoa, highlight time with the joke of the day. That giraffe is getting some serious neck.
Oh, I'm just gonna say that.
That's
Beat me
great.
to it.
Oh, did I say this? I was going to say I love everybody in general that listens to the podcast, but the Discord in particular. You guys are so up on
I'm sorry. The
everything, and
Olympics
it's
thing,
funny.
though,
It's great.
If you color it that way, then yeah, sure, that's what it looks
All
like.
right, devil's advocate.
Wait, what
Let's
Olympics
pretend it's
thing?
not The
I
Simpsons.
I never would have thought that was The Simpsons if I just saw that.
I wouldn't think Simpsons,
Oh,
but I
can
could see
it
a
now.
person.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see it now.
Now listen, if you're looking at the Olympics logo,
Nice.
Get the
the
smile
right hand
again.
side of it I see as a person. The left hand side, not necessarily. When you
don't
make them
understand-
look like The Simpsons, I'd see
I
it.
don't understand why it would be like 201-2.
Kahufu, I do. Yeah, right. Kahufu, I do remember that logo as well because I'm like, how did anybody think of that? We're not saying this in an offensive way. We're not
Oh,
saying this to
yeah.
be mean. But when the Super Mario Galaxy logo came out, somebody realized that certain letters had sparks on them. And the only letters that had sparks spelled out, "You are Mr. Gay." I don't know why. Are you laughing at the
I'm
logo
laughing
on
at
the?
the
Yeah,
Yeah,
picture.
there's
I'm sorry.
another.
one,
There's
yeah.
another picture in the
Poorly
chat.
placed laughter. I didn't mean that. But
No,
Is that
it's about a
Goatsy London.
Go see
Olymp-
London 2012 logo in the Discord.
Go
That's really
Olympics.
funny. Yes, people. I mean, with logos, it's always crazy. What are we looking at with Steakums?
Okay, well, so there was a discussion
top-tier
about
smut.
somebody made a comment like, "Oh, you grew up a rich kid. You had HBO," and I was like, "Definitely not. There must have been something on
It's
HBO.
funny. I thought that as well.
There must have been something on HBO that my father liked."
Or he
Steakums.
bribed the cable man.
it's the
Oh,
late
and you
night-
told them we weren't rich. We ate Steakums.
And I said, "We're not rich. We had Steakums for dinner every Friday night." And then they didn't know what Steakums were, so I sent them. But
That's
but
what they are. They're
It's the best
delicious.
not meat you'll ever
then
eat.
this gets better. I discovered that you can go to Steakums website and get beef sheets.
my
this,
nickname in high
this
school.
podcast is so off the rails, and
Finally,
it's so fantastic.
Beef sheets, even vegans can enjoy. Put those beef curious thoughts to bed. Call now 1-877-6 Steakum.
Hey,
wait, is it like-
STEAKUM.
I heard you're
Like sheets for a
LGBTQ. Is that
bed?
true? Oh yes, I'm beef curious.
I'm beef curious.
Wait, yeah, that was a guy sleeping on.
Yeah, is
on
it like
Steakums.
for like a bit? Like they're
It's a set of sheets for your
a
bed. I mean, for example,
Oh my
Beef
god,
sheets.
beef curious is the greatest
Beef
thing I've
curious.
ever
I
heard.
wish I still had a dating profile
I've
because that
seen
would
these.
be it.
Yeah, I've seen these. Look at that.
That
0% beef,
is
100%
a
luxurious Steakum beef sheets.
Somebody's
wait.
birthday is coming up.
There you go.
Just saying.
Kufu says,
Trust
Arby's,
us,
we
these are
have the
actually
beef sheets.
Okay.
Oh, what if it's
I-
actual like we're really beef though.
what if
Yep.
they smell?
It says
Ugh,
I
0%
smell like
beef.
Oh, you're right. It does say
0%
like
beef
beef.
because you know somebody
They're
would buy
vegan.
them thinking that it's going to be actual beef.
I'm gonna send them to my parents
That's
for like an
amazing.
anniversary gift.
Yeah, how are they doing?
What a find.
All
They're
right,
fine.
let's get
Yeah.
back on track. North America,
They're
what do we
getting
get?
beef sheets. They're fine.
What do we get on Switch this week? Well, coming up soon. You know how North America works. October 4th.
Mine are always full of meat.
October 4th brings us something huge right off the bat. Overwatch 2 is available on October 4th. Remember,
Ooh.
Overwatch 2 is changing things up. It's going free to play. The first game was paid. This one will be free to play. EA Sports FIFA 23 Legacy Edition is available on the Switch now. Once again, remember, that is the newest installment on the Switch, but FIFA or EA does Legacy Editions on Switch, which means it's the same game as last year with a roster update, which could be argued for other versions of FIFA, but more true with the Switch version. Railgrade
Okay.
is available. 9 Clues, 2, The Ward, Arrowheart, Alfred Hitchcock, Vertigo. You know, I watched a trailer for this and I'm interested. It
I
looks pretty
saw-
good.
I saw you posted that it was releasing, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What?
Yeah, it looks
Like,
good.
Just in time.
I don't know if it's good.
Just in time.
Arcade Archives, The Return of Ishtar, Blind Fate, Edo no Yami, Bunny Park, Burger Patrol, Carl, that's C period, A period, R period, L period. It's about a robot. R is probably for robot.
Whoa.
Car mats.
Car
That's all it
mats?
says. Car mats.
Oh.
Caffeine. Victoria's Legacy.
Car mats. You play as the person at a car wash that just the only job you have is to pull out the mats and clean them and then
Yep.
put them back.
Get out the leaves and the rocks and
Just
vacuum.
there's
toenails.
A whole bunch of Steakum merch that is it says bless in like Steakum boxes.
Beautiful.
But is there a beef curious shirt?
Yes.
No,
That's their
there
money
is
maker.
I love frozen beef sheets,
That
and
is-
there's beef phoenix like rising from a pan.
Oh.
It's like a meat phoenix rising.
Your-
from a pan.
wrestler,
If
Beef
they
Phoenix.
if they had a beef curious shirt, that would be
I'm gonna
a
make you
huge
one.
seller, right? That's a
Oh my
moneymaker.
God.
Beef
Casual
Furious.
Challenge Players Club, Counter Crossline, Crime War, Crossroads Inn, a fantasy tavern sim, Cubic Figures, Cyber Protocol, Retro Arcade, Dino Gotchi, Dorf Romantique, which is supposed to be an excellent Catan style game, Escape Goat, Family Chess Special Edition,
Oh.
Fashion Friends, Pharaoh Slug,
Checkmate, step bro.
Frogeis, From Space, Funtasia, Guardian Tales, Hazelnut Hex, Host 714. I love finding more pups. More
Whoa,
all
what is the
capitals.
Name of the game.
Yep.
That's a long name.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love finding more pups. Collector's Edition. Caddish. League of Enthusiastic Losers. Lemon Cake. Mom Brain, look into Lemon Cake. It's your new obsession. Let's build a zoo.
Lemon party cake.
Let's sing ABBA. Martian Panic. Midnight Fight Express, which is a game. Check that out. That looks interesting. Lemon Cake.
It's a game.
Yeah. Mission 1985. Moon Dancer. Neon Mine. One Hell of a Ride. Oh, here we go, guys. Paw Patrol Grand Prix.
Oh boy.
Penco Park. Nicky
Penco
Hill.
Park?
P-Cross S8.
I never played P-Cross.
Oh, that's great. You would love it. Yes, Penco. P-E-N-K-O.
Oh. I thought it
It's
was
like
the bread
Pokemon
crumb.
Snap with weirder creatures than Pokemon.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Pirate Poly Gold, Caribbean Treasure.
We're still in the piece.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Real
Yes.
Trick Simulator
All of
USA
those.
car games, driving games, parking sim, car speed racing 2022. Serial Cleaners, the sequel to Serial Cleaner. Sharon, the Dragon Girl. Sharon. Shotgun Farmers. Slap City.
Did you just
Slap
kill
City,
people
bitch.
on your farm?
I guess so. Sword Art Online,
Rogue
Alicization, Lycoris. The Zombie Smasher, Dead Apocalyptic Killer Car Driving and Parking Game Survival. Toho, Shujo, Popo, Shijo. Tale of Beautiful Memories. Treasures of the Roman Empire, Voodoo Detective, which looks really funny, actually. Check out the trailer for that. And finally, Wild Flowers. Currybo says, nothing for me this week. Still getting through some backlog. Thanks for the shout out on the podcast, RMC. Just trying to bring the positivity where I can. Well, we appreciate it, as you know. You want to wait a minute? Oh, yeah.
There's more?
There's more for you.
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
You gotta.
Thanks, Josh.
You're in charge of everything. Oh, he's on it.
This week for Europe, the games that came out the week of September 29th, the last week of September, folks. We are currently in October, the year of our Lord 2022.
There we go. Making us wait for it.
Yeah, we're already in October. It's been a crazy year.
Oh, okay.
Flying by. Anyway, so the games.
It sounds like you're gonna say terrible.
I mean, for
Not
some,
the best year.
It's a year. Yeah, there's quite a few games coming out in Europe,
It's a year. It's correct.
and let's get into it. Arcade Archives, Assault.
Okay.
Assassin's.
Why'd you look at me like that? Right?
I'm gonna assault you later.
I almost read it wrong, and that would have been NSFW.
W.
Assassin's Creed, say that wrong too. Anniversary Edition Mega Bundle.
That is $100 or whatever the European equivalent is, and it has 6 Assassin's Creed games.
I think it's dollar
There you go.
reviews.
Dollar reduced. Thank
These
you.
are old games, not counting the 12 that they just announced that are going to be made.
That is correct. Only old.
Burger Patrol. Carl, that's a C period, A period, R period, L
Thank
period,
you.
and I think it has to do with robot.
I think the R is for robot.
Oh, perhaps. Casual Challenge Players Club.
I think that is somehow hentai related. I'm pretty sure.
Count
Sign
in.
me up.
Corrupt. Political Idol City War Strategy Simulator Craft.
Mm-hmm. Get them all in there.
I mean, if you play as a corrupt patrol officer of some sort,
Okay.
it might be fun. Live life on your rules, you know?
Wow.
Crossroads Inn, a fantasy tavern sim.
There we go.
Is that why?
That's why I looked at you.
I
Yeah.
almost did it when you read it, but I was waiting for the perfect opportunity.
If you didn't say it, I was going to say, I'll see you at the crossroads.
Dwarf Romantic, all one word.
Stephen Dorff dating sim.
Now that,
Scapegoat. I want to check that out. That's
great play on words there. Great play.
Fashion Friends. FIFA 23 Legacy Edition. Expect that one on the NPD list. Am I right?
Yeah, it'll be there.
Yeah.
It's always
It'll be
there.
there. Funtasia. Hoko Life. Post 714. Isekai Bridge Hunting Thea Edition.
This guy.
This guy. This guy? He's guy.
Look at this guy. over
Let's
here.
build a zoo.
Oh, thank you.
Life is Strange Arcadia Bay Collection. That's out already in America. Did you announce that?
It is out, and we have a review coming. I don't want to say it this week because I don't know if they'll be done, but we have a
I played
review
the
coming.
first one, I think,
Life
on the
is-
Xbox 360. I think I may have downloaded and purchased the second one.
Life
But I
is
feel
Strange.
like-
So this is Life is Strange and Before the Storm together in one package,
Right.
remastered.
True Colors is
that.
already
Play
available.
that Before the Storm. You haven't played that yet?
No.
Life is Strange.
But I feel like I should
I'll never
probably
forget your
maybe
playthrough.
I'll just get
Sure
them both, and that way I have a hard copy, and I can play them.
Again, this is visually remastered. I don't know what else they've done as far as remastering goes. I prefer the look of the original. But maybe you will like this one.
Oh,
A
boy.
time to
They're not
cry.
hugely different. They're not hugely different.
Moon Dancer, P-Cross S8. Romy, you like P-Cross?
I do really like P-Cross, and Jupiter's a company that does the S series of P-Cross games, and they're all fantastic. Oh, and now they added in each old P-Cross game plus S8 has a 4-player local multiplayer mode, so you can all work together. Pretty cool.
I lost my place. Polylink, RPG Anime Girls.
I think I know what you're getting at.
Post Void,
That's been delayed like 3 times. I don't know if that's really going to come out.
Railgrade, Railgrade,
No, real great.
Railgrade, Sharon, the Dragon Girl, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim Anniversary Edition.
Yeah!
Time to set up that
Wait,
European.
What's that coming out for? The Switch?
Switch.
Yeah.
Isn't it already on the Switch?
Skyrim was on the Switch at launch, but now this is the Anniversary Edition.
What's the 'cause
It
the first
adds
one's the
in
special
all the
edition.
stuff that was in the Anniversary Edition. So, fishing.
Whoa.
And
Everyone else.
Macho Man Randy Savage Dragons.
No, we have a breakdown of everything that's in it. I just specifically remember fishing.
And it's not a cloud game. It's an actual
Nope,
Switch
native,
game?
just like the original.
Good for them.
The Spirit and the Mouse, I believe Mom Brain has been.
I told her to look into it.
that.
Yeah. Skyrim and Skyrim whatever, $50. Skyrim Anniversary Edition DLC, $20. So if you get the Skyrim Anniversary Edition first and you don't have the other version of the game, you have to pay $70. So the Switch got a $70 game. We did it.
I'm confused. Yeah, like I don't even know why they're releasing versions that don't have everything in it now. Like they're that the finger thing means the money.
The all $80.
Yeah, I guess I should have known.
That's a Simpsons joke.
Yeah, I know.
Our first meeting will forever be
It's a
emblazed and burned. What's the word? That's what I was going to
Embiggened?
say. That's not it, though, is it?
Embiggened?
Burned. Just burned. Burned in my
Listen,
memory,
I
yes.
was under a lot of pressure, okay?
Anyway, go ahead.
Now I'm trying to think of the word you were trying to think of.
Burned.
Toho
Imprinted.
Shouju
Was it
Tale of
imprinted?
Beautiful Memories with Topo Gijo.
I think I was trying to think of burned and ingrained together, and I was going to go with emblazoned. So
Okay, I like emblazoned.
Treasures of the Roman Empire.
My treasure.
Tunic.
My treasure. That's what it is.
Tunic came out for Europe. Virtual Families Cook-Off Chapter 1. Let's go flipping.
Yeah. So what foods do you flip? Pancakes,
Burgers,
eggs.
I mean, anything on the grill.
So many. Yeah.
If you want to eat,
Flip them hot dogs.
Paella if you play Cooking Mama.
Flip. Come on, Mom Brain. You're a food person. You're a chef. What else can you flip?
Flipping for real.
Crepes.
Baby! Nicky, come on. We gotta go.
Voodoo Detective. That
There
looks
you
like a
go.
fun one. You should look that up.
Is there a comment?
I don't know. Let's take a look. Karibo says, hope Tunic does well. It deserves it. FIFA will probably top the charts, even if it is a gimped version. Can I say that?
Not sexually gimped. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if it. I don't know. I could if we had to switch it.
My other dating profile bio.
Kirby, you want to do me a favor? Would you go into my office and just grab my Switch? It's in the dock by the TV. Thank you very much. We'll see what's on the top of the list right now.
Eggs.
That's fun.
You
We
can
got
see
a.
that. You can access that information.
I write the post every week. Yeah, you just go to the eShop and you go bestsellers, and it breaks it down by all games or digital only, and that's the order at which they are being sold the most.
AG.
Ed Sheeran, who's everybody's favorite redheaded singer. I don't know.
Who? Oh, Ed
I don't know. I know who Ed Sheeran is. I
Sheeran?
couldn't name any of his songs.
That
That Shape
something-
of You song.
I'm in love with the Patty.
Yeah, that one.
But then he got
Just
in
like him.
trouble for that one because it was just like, oh, he only likes her body. Then
Well, you know what he likes
then he
now?
was out of trouble again.
He likes Pokemon. That's what he likes now.
No, he
good
just
for
he just
him.
likes their bodies.
He put out a new single called
He
Celestial,
only likes the hot ones.
and it is apparently a song that's going to
Shape of You is actually a song about Jiggly
Snorlax. So this song's called Celestial, and it is going to actually appear in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh my god.
And they put out a special
purple.
music video for the song. You know, it's not him.
Really
It's not him
gets into
singing about
everything.
Pokemon. He loves Pokemon. He's a Pokemon freak. But this is not the first time he's worked with Pokemon either. But now he's going to have a song in the game. So you can watch a music video. It's honestly a really cool video because it mixes live action and animation, which is my favorite. So
Anastasia Beaver hasn't put a picture of Egg Sheeran
Egg Sheeran.
in the Discord, and it's real great.
So you can check out the music video. It's out now. Again, this song will be in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Where will it be? I don't know. Probably the end.
That's the
probably
guy.
the credits.
He was in Game of Thrones
Right,
too, right?
yeah. He
Ed
really
Sheeran?
capitalizes on every
Yeah.
big thing.
He was in.
I'll
it,
bet he
and
was a
Aaron-
huge Game of
Aaron
Thrones
Rodgers
fan,
Was
too.
in an episode of Game of Thrones too, right?
Huge.
Who was?
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers?
Rodgers, is he the one?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
I mean, they got all silly with that show.
He was
didn't
just
they?
like
He
He
was
played
probably
one of
just
the
some,
dragons.
like guardsman or something.
I think he was like an
yeah.
archer or something. But
Like
yeah,
a
he wasn't like
stab.
The guy
he didn't
who,
have dialogue or anything.
the guy who plays the greatest character ever from the latest season of Stranger Things was in Game of Thrones as like a guardsman. The what's his name? The rock star guy.
Oh yeah.
Eddie.
I don't remember.
Oh, wait,
Eddie
I-
Munson?
yeah, I forgot his
Eddie,
real
yeah.
name.
Oh, love of my life, Eddie
I think it's
Munson.
Pubert.
Hubert Munson.
Hubert.
But anyway, yes, you'll get to hear the song there in the game,
You know,
or you can watch the music video now.
I was getting to a point where I didn't think I wanted kids, but now with a name like Pubert, I have to.
Yeah, Hubert.
And if it's a girl, it's Puberta.
Puberta, that's
Puberta.
beautiful. Mr. Sheeran took to Instagram to talk
What
about
about
his
just
love of
Puba?
Pokemon.
Ooh.
He said,
Puba.
quote,
Reba? No, Puba.
I started off
Hey.
with Pokemon cards when the craze hit primary school when I was about 7. Then the TV show was on TV, so I used to try and record it over the same VHS every week. After this, me and my brother shared a Game Boy and Pokemon Red or Blue.
Red.
I'm gonna say blue.
Blue. You're right.
Okay.
I got a Game Boy Color, but Pokemon Yellow for my 8th birthday. Obsessed with that is an understatement. Flash forward to me at 31. He's only 31. I still have the Game Boy Color, and I still play Pokemon Silver on long haul flights. I really love it. It gave me a proper escape as a kid into a fantasy world that seemed to go on and on and on and on and on. Whoa. And in adult life, it's nostalgia that makes me feel like a kid again. Well, Mr. Sheeran, I don't know a damn thing about you, but if you're a Pokemon fan,
Fawn?
if you're a Pokemon fan,
fawn?
if you're a Pokemon fan, you're all right with me.
Oh, Mr. Sheeran.
How are you?
Curry Bo says Pokemon and Ed Sheeran is not a collaboration I would have bet on. More power to them. If Pokemon Silver is his favorite, then he's all right in my books. There you
Enjoy
go.
it while you can now. They They tossed out Katy Perry and they tossed out Brie Larson and they just
Wait,
they
toss
use them
toss
and they
them out.
they throw them to the curb. Nintendo.
Oh,
Not
Oh, you
true.
like one of our games? Let's put you in a commercial real quick. Then we kick you to the curb.
Is this
Wow.
is this
Everyone.
joke
I'd made that up.
too
Is that
dark? Is this joke too dark for me to do?
Oh, do it.
true? Mm.
It's related to celebrities
'Cause
and
I'm
it's
here,
related to
do it.
Nintendo.
Dead celebrities.
Well,
Those are the best ones.
I can't. I feel too
Come
bad about it.
on.
I'll
If
save
it's
it for
about
the after
Coolio,
show.
you
Yeah,
can't.
don't.
It's not about Coolio. No, it's
I
about
feel
somebody
like
who's
That's
dead
too
for-
fresh.
I
I'm
almost
gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip it.
Yeah.
I will
almost
save
I
it.
think I know what
joke.
it has to do with.
I'll save it for later. I'm gonna skip it.
I almost made a dark joke
Do
when
it.
we were talking about Big Manta Ray
Oh, I'm ready now.
from.
Oh, was it a Steve Irwin?
I was gonna say, see the guy
Aw.
who killed Steve Irwin.
Bringing it back. Bringing it back.
By the way, the number one game on the Switch eShop is Splatoon 3 right now, followed by Disney Dreamlight Valley, Kill La Kill. So there must be a sale. Overcooked Special Edition is number 4. Metro 2023 is number
Wait a
5.
minute.
And I checked
Oh
the
my
top
God.
30. FIFA's not in there.
You're thinking of Live Alive.
Yeah, Kill la Kill and Live Alive. Boy, oh boy.
Same syllables.
They
Yeah.
know how to name those games to make them really
Kill La
cool,
Kill
not stupid.
Is an
Honestly,
anime.
this is great. I was going to say it's an anime, so your naming thing works even better. Yes, you're right.
I
have
knew
you,
it.
Have you seen that anime?
No, but I know
I rem-
about it.
uh,
I've seen it on the
Why do you say it
Netflix.
like that? No, but I know about it.
I know about it.
I know you've watched some anime in recent
I have.
years, months.
Cole makes me watch anime, so I've seen some things.
Have you
Sword
seen-
Art Online was, I think, the most recent
Oh.
thing I was subjected
I
to.
have
but
not
I got
seen
into
that
it.
yet. Anyway,
So
serious
peaks and
story.
valleys.
Huh?
Peaks and valleys.
We're going into a serious story now.
Oh boy.
So I'm glad I didn't make that joke. This is about the Nintendo contractor that was fired. And they claimed union busting issues at Nintendo and all that stuff. We now know their name because they came forward. Their name is Mackenzie Clifton. Yes, Nicky Hill?
No,
Oh, okay.
You gave the name out.
They gave their name
Yeah.
to Axios, which is a site that does game coverage now through Stephen Totillo, friend of the site. Used to work at MTV and then Kotaku, but now Axios. He's doing all their game coverage as far as I know, but he spoke to Miss Clifton, who put her name out there to talk about the situation. Again, she says that she was in a meeting with Nintendo's Doug Bowser. It was a company meeting, so everybody was there. During the meeting, she was like, hey, unions, right? And Doug Bowser didn't say anything about it. And then the next day, the firm, so she was a contracted employee. So the contracting firm that she was working through, people at that firm got in touch with her and they were like, hey, that question you asked was a real downer yesterday. How about you bring that stuff to us instead of saying it there? And she was like, oh, what? So anyway, that continued. Eventually, she got fired from the company because Nintendo said she publicly disclosed confidential information. And she's like, no, I got let go because of this whole union thing. So, both sides are saying their version of the story. Who's right? What's the truth? I don't know. Whatever you want to decide. I don't know. I'm just presenting both sides. But the thing about it being a downer question was a quote. That wasn't just me riffing. So apparently this contractor or whoever is running the contracting firm or got in touch with her from the contracting firm said it was a downer question, told her not to ask them anymore. So that's why she filed her labor complaint to say they're doing union busting stuff. And
Doug
blah, blah, blah.
Bowser's just not physically intimidating enough. We
I
need
don't think
Reggie back so that no one asks these questions. Because no one asked these questions when Reggie was around, you noticed.
I guess not.
And now Bowser's in there and he's got, scary name, but when you look at him, not that scary.
That's right. It's true. He's not a scary looking guy. So anyway, Clifton.
I'm only half joking because I think
Reggie's intimidation factor.
I don't think that woman would have said that to Reggie. I don't think she would.
Well, here's the thing. It wasn't like a meeting just one-on-one. Again, this was like a company-wide meeting. Anybody can ask anything, and she wanted to bring that up. Huh?
What did she ask?
She asked about union efforts, and Mr. Bowser did not say anything. I don't know if she was like,
Maybe
Mr. Bowser, I want to know about unions, and he just like didn't say anything, or if she just brought it up during the meeting and it wasn't addressed. Like, I don't know how direct of the question it was, but the end result was nobody said anything and she got in trouble. But anyway, when she was still at Nintendo, she was a play tester for Smash Brothers Ultimate, and she was upset to find out that her name wasn't going to be in the credits of the game along with her fellow play testers. So she complained to a higher up, and then apparently the higher up was like, "No, that's not happening. You're not getting your name in the credits."
Why not? They do that though, don't they?
The game was updated to add names to the credits, so it did eventually happen. Because of her, I don't know. But she said she was, quote, utterly crushed when she heard the decision to not include their names in the credits. And it said it drove her to suicidal ideation. And she claimed a medical emergency and told her bosses she wasn't going to be coming into the office. Eventually, again, names were added to the game. She was back at the company, but then they let her go in. The credits got added in December, and she was let go in February.
That's a serious response to that.
After Clifton was fired, there was an investigation and talks of a possible settlement. Clifton wanted a letter of apology signed by Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser, and Nintendo countered with an offer to speak to HR and a neutral letter of reference. And that brings us to her filing of the labor complaint. So there you go, everybody. Now you got more information on that situation. Courierbo says, where there's smoke, there's fire. Nintendo needs to fix their U.S. operations. Too many allegations for there not to be legitimate problems. There you go.
So this person was a game tester? And
Yeah.
are there game testers unions, or they're looking to just start their own?
Well, again, play testers, for the large majority of them, are hired through contractors. So
Right.
Nintendo works with a contractor, and that firm brings in play testers.
Are there any play tester unions, though?
I
Is
don't
there a
think
union
it's
for that,
common.
or are they looking to start one?
Not if
I don't think
Nintendo
it's.
has
I
anything
don't
to
think
say
it's
about
common with game companies in
I mean,
general.
It doesn't sound like something that would be unionized, just because it's like such short, limited work. Also, you're being hired through a contracting company, so I don't know how that stuff works.
Through the contracting companies where it gets interesting, yes. But game companies in general don't have much in the way of unions. So that's directly employed workers. So the problem is there for unions in general with game companies, as in there's hardly any. Now we are seeing it happening, that they're trying to organize and make unions. But you're right to point out that the contractor situation takes it one level
Yeah, it gets
separated.
Really, I mean, it's a hard
confusing,
thing
yeah.
to-
Because where's the union ties would be through the contractor, not through Nintendo.
And
So
I don't
yeah,
know.
it's
That's
interesting. Well, there you go. Now you got more information, which is always good to have. Let's end on a happy story and let's play a guessing game.
Ooh.
Walmart released their top toys list for 2022. We're not going to make you guess this. The Switch is on there again. The Switch is on there again. Now, there are other Switch-related games. They are not out yet. I will tell you there are 2 games. Can you guess what they are on the top toys list for Walmart?
That aren't out yet?
2022, yes. They're gauging consumer interest and what they think is going to be a big hit.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
That is one of the 2, correct.
I feel like
There is one more.
even though it's not available, people like interest in Tears of the Kingdoms is huge.
That is next year, so that would not.
Yeah, I was
count.
going to say that, but then I remembered it
But
was
I'm
like
just thinking
pushed back,
regular
right?
consumers would be like, "Oh, I saw this is going to be coming out."
Well, this is top toys of 2022 again, so Walmart probably, if they saw that data, ignored it.
Oh, I didn't know it was. I thought it was like, here's a survey, and people are just keep putting.
No, this is for 2022 specifically. We're looking for one more game coming to Switch 2022.
Can I get a hint?
Okay, hint. It is a very famous character.
Mario guy does a plum.
Mario guy does a plum. Didn't make the list this year.
Not that Mario and Rabbids game.
Not that Mario and Rabbids game. That is
Not
correct.
Bayonetta.
It is not Bayonetta, no. Hint number 2. Good guess.
Sonic Frontiers next year.
Sonic Frontiers is the right answer. Yes.
Nice.
Nice. Very good.
You're too slow.
There you go. That's it. Yeah, you did it. Great job, Sonic Frontiers. The kids are still loving. Well, Sonic's more popular than ever now. To tell you,
He has a movie. Of
He
course,
has
they're
some
gonna love
movies.
it.
Has a movie.
he's got 2 movies.
His has a
He's got 3
movie.
movies.
All right.
He's in the,
He got 2
he's in the
Sonic-
Chips and Dale.
Sonic
Chips and Dales.
Sonic Frontiers game.
He's in the Chips and
2
Dale
Sonic
Ugly
movies. A Sonic Prime TV show coming to Netflix.
Whoa, I didn't know that. Is it Jaleel White?
A Knuckles animated series
Sonic
coming
Prime
to Paramount. Yes.
coming to Netflix.
I know, right? Sonic
What
comic
next? Is
book
Sonic
series.
Netflix coming to Amazon Prime. Am I right?
Long-running Sonic comic series is going to do their 30th anniversary
Nailed
issue
it.
for Tails, because Tails will be 30 years old.
Will it be in the Sunday papers?
No,
Tails is
you got to go
30?
to your local comic book shop or digital retailers. So yeah, Sonic's bigger than ever. Also on this list that's game related, the Switch Pro controller is on there, and a Pokemon Battle Mewtwo figurine.
No one cares about
Shut
me.
up, Sonic. Everybody seems to
Now,
care about you. You're on the
here's-
top of the list.
We'll do a little bit more guessing just for the hell of it. This is
I love to
just
guess.
in general. What do you think is on the list? We're just talking toys.
Just talking toys?
Yeah, I'll take brands.
There's gotta
I'll
be some
take
kind
specific-
Lego.
of slime
Yeah.
situation.
All right, let's see.
I second the Lego.
I've heard Lego. Oh, that's nice looking. There is Lego stuff. Yes, we'll just give you general Lego.
Are,
General Lego.
No slime that I
are
see it.
those poopsie
Lego
things still
Jurassic World, by
popular?
the way, is the first one that's on the list. Huh?
poopsie
It's
things
probably
still
better than that
popular?
crap movie.
No poop here. No.
You know what those things are? They're like little figures that they make.
I
poop
do.
out of.
I do.
They make the poop.
Lego Disney Encanto.
Creepy
yes.
crawlers.
Oh, creepy.
Those
Big
are
hit,
still
big hit.
those are still popular, right?
I wish.
Huffy bicycles.
There are bikes on here, but not Huffy.
Schwins.
Marvel.
Marvel
There's
bikes.
Spider-Man bikes. Yeah.
Oh,
What
Spider
about
bikes.
Pokemon cards?
Spider-Man known for his bicycle. We're done with all gaming related stuff.
Just on cards, though.
AEW action figures and
No.
wrestling things.
Mom Brain, I'm surprised you didn't guess this one.
American Girls?
Squishmallows. Multiple
Oh,
Squishmallows
wow.
around here.
LOL surprises.
There's Barbie stuff on here, yeah.
Okay.
Tickle Me Elmo.
All right.
No Tickle Me Elmo.
That cabbage patch that ate people's hair.
Here's one that I've never heard of. Mom Brain, we remember Juju Pets.
Yeah.
Well, now there's little live pets.
Oh my
And
God, are they
there's
really
a
alive?
giant guinea pig with 3 guinea pigs, and it's called Mama Surprise and Her Little Surprises.
Oh.
Is that like Puppy Surprise?
Puppy
I don't know.
surprise.
Uh,
I had
also-
puppy surprise. Yeah.
Not surprising to see it on here. A Coco Melon doll.
Oh,
Wow.
It's Boo Boo JJ, if anybody wanted to know.
my
yeah,
favorite.
Yeah.
There's
Paw
no Paw
Patrol's
Patrol?
on
Oh,
here.
okay.
Oh, wow.
My niece loves Paw Patrol.
Nerf is on here. Other Marvel stuff in general is on here, like Black Panther. Bakugan is on here. Bakugan is still
Wow.
popular.
Black
God.
Panther. Wakanda Forever
Wakanda forever.
comes out in November.
Yeah.
But I just got an email that it's playing at like the museum in New York, like on October 3rd or something like that.
Can we go?
Does that sound right? I deleted the email, so I don't know.
Oh,
October 3rd, you said?
I think so.
That's this week.
That's Monday.
I know. It's just maybe it was 30th.
It was a
and I
scam.
read
It was some
wrong.
guy from the city wanting to draw you. It's been in this alleyways where we're shooting the film.
I'm
and
gonna
you
rub
show
your
up.
hand.
there's also Hot
Rumble
Wheels
it.
toys, and then finally there's for real toys, including My Style and Pony Cinnamon.
Ooh, that
Ooh,
sounds
cinnamon.
real
And when you
nice.
see her, you
Nice.
understand why she's on the list. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
come on.
What a
Come
beauty
on.
girl.
Not
Like-
bad, not bad.
She's got one broken leg. They're taking her to
No,
the glue
she's made-
factory.
that's a posing
Take
leg.
Cinnamon to the glue
Mid-walk.
She's
factory.
being sassy.
Mid-walk.
Leave Cinnamon's head in your rival's bed.
There you go, everybody. Comment comes from Currybo. No doubt Pokemon Scarlet and Purple will be two top sellers too. It's certainly on my list. Very funny Currybo. I
It
get
was
your
kinda
purple
funny.
joke.
Yeah. Oh, you get it this week.
There it is. All right, everybody. Nicky Hill, what have you been
It
playing?
says opening November 10th, so I don't know what that email
It
says.
was a
I
scamola.
played Solitaire.
Ooh, how was it?
It's getting really intense.
Sea House Cheese.
It's getting real intense. I mean, it's
Making you sweaty?
it's. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sweating a lot. Oh, can't find it, but yeah, I'm sweating.
No, we'll wait.
But
Just wait.
I don't even know where you find these things, Mom Brain. But yeah, that's all I played.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, I'm a working boy.
All right. Kirby, what have you been playing?
Not much. I played a little.
Not gonna lie, I'm sweating a little bit.
Perfect. Right on time.
Nailed it.
I played a little more of Live Alive, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do next, so I'm stuck.
Well,
Oh,
next up,
okay.
you gotta
Well,
play
somebody
Kill la
could help
Kill,
you
am I
here.
right?
Are you enjoying it?
Are you still on the ancient China?
Yeah.
Ancient
Chinese
Chinese.
secret.
I haven't gotten
They
too
tell
much
two
far since the
friends,
last time I
and
talked
they
about
tell
it.
two friends.
Well,
You two should talk after the show.
Yeah,
get
I
that
could
figured out.
probably remember maybe what to do.
Mom Brain, you have something to talk about.
Yeah, I do. I've been playing Beacon Pines.
No, Mom Brain, Duncan Hines.
Is it like Twin Peaks? Gregory Hines?
They're I mean, I think they're going for a little bit of a tween peaks. Tween peaks.
My favorite TV show,
That was
Twin
Riverdale.
Peaks.
Riverdale was Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks and Degrassi had like
That's
a spin-off
Degrassi,
show.
yeah.
You know, there's like the small town, something mysterious happening vibe.
Okay.
Which really, if I'm being honest, is not something I would classify Twin Peaks as. I mean, I know that's what it is, but like I don't see it as like this small town, like I don't know why. Anyway, it's a nice, cozy game. Story based. There's really no fighting or action. There's a couple little things that you do to interact with the game. But the basis is that you are writing a story like in real time. And so like while you're exploring, you're finding these like cards. And they're basically like actions or like adjectives that you find, and then you plug them into certain points in the story. So like you'll go through something and then there's like this book that narrates to you, and then it's like gives you a sentence and you fill in the blank with a choice of like two different things, and that takes your story in that direction. And some of the directions are like, you know, not good directions to go in, and then you have to go back and start over with another one. So you see like all these different branches of this story, excuse me, as time goes on, but you eventually end up taking like if you take the right path the first time, you don't have to go back and do the wrong path. But if you take the wrong path, they tell you, all right, go back. Now you have to take the right path. So it's interesting. It's a pretty game to look at.
It is really nice looking.
And the music and the sound are very like calm and soothing, and
great narrator.
Yeah, the person who narrates the story
kills it. Whoever that is does a fantastic job.
Yeah, so I mean, I would recommend it to anybody who's just looking for something that's, you know, like a low stakes, relaxing, comfortable game to play. So
Glad
you know,
you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I am absolutely.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dude, what are you playing?
I got a whole thing here.
He's got a whole.
Oh, you posted that. I was gonna say while he's looking up his list, Mom Brain, I sent this to PC this week. Manny from Degrassi came up on TikTok, and she was wearing this outfit from TikTok, where from Degrassi from that episode. She was wearing it in a TikTok, recreating that moment.
And now it's legal.
Yeah, now it's all above board.
It's all above the board.
Anyway, Duke, go ahead.
Nice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I finally got over my Skyrim addiction. It took about a month, but I haven't played it since Wednesday, and it's looking pretty good.
Just in time for anniversary.
Yeah, exactly. So I wrapped up the story mission, and there are a couple of small missions left to do. And I hopped back in after the story mission and was like going to chat with like all these NPCs, and they were giving me the same. I guess I never played after I beat the game. You know, when it originally came out, I never played after that, so I didn't know how shallow of an experience. Because first of all, there's no credits at all. Just like it might have just been another mission, and then when you go around and you talk to everybody in the world, no one says anything different. It's not like, hey, congratulations, you beat that dragon that, was the point of the game. People are still asking you, like, have you seen the dragons? And it's like, what are you talking about? Or like, they'll be like, let me guess, you need a sweet roll, baby. And it's like, are you kidding me? I'm wearing head-to-toe dragon armor that I made myself from a dragon I killed. Like, it doesn't get any more less sweet roll than this.
You kill the main dragon that's like the point of the game, and then you can take it and then make it.
You could take his bones and
he
his
killed
scales
Charles
and make armor
Martinet
out of it and weapons.
He killed Charles Martinet and used his bones too.
I didn't kill Charles Martinet.
Oh.
He's the second dragon in command, and you have a choice of whether or not you want to kill him, and I chose not to kill him.
Oh, well, that's nice.
He's great, by the way.
He's in the game, really?
Yeah,
he does the voice of a dragon. You would have no idea it's him. It's like,
it's
me.
me.
I took it on fire, and I breathed it out of my mouth, and then I fly around. It's not like that at all, actually. But no, it was.
Oh my God!
So then I was like trying to drag it out a little bit more. I tried to go to there's a DLC island called Solstheim, and I went over there and was trying to like pick up all the new missions over there. And I don't know, it was getting kind of long in the tooth. I played a lot of it, and it had run its course, and I had put every book on the bookshelf in my houses, and I put all like the trophies up and weapons. So I was like, it's got to go. So congratulations to me.
Congratulations.
Moving on, and I didn't even need therapy to get over it.
Eileen Tom says, "Nice. I can't kill him. Such a great character." There you go.
Oh yeah,
time to get back into
Parthenon.
Red Dead.
Oh.
Make some more rat hats.
Some of those TikToks make me want to go back in, man. I've been
Is the
seeing
point
a
of-
lot of Red Dead TikToks.
Is the point
that
of
are
Red
so
Dead
funny.
to kill like the King Rat then?
The point is to cry.
The King Rat is voiced by Charles Martinet.
Yeah.
Like Pizza Rat.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said, I haven't played since Wednesday, and it's looking good, people. It's looking good. So moving on, played a night of Fortnite with the boys.
Hell yeah.
I was having some trouble with my internet
Hell no.
connection. I don't know if it was my internet or if it was the PlayStation.
No,
or what.
you
It was
were. I
being
think you
weird.
were good.
But yeah, so that was strange. But yeah, Fortnite. It's the
Fortnite.
new season, and it's very. I mean, it's not very, but it's got a few Splatoon like elements in it, and they're not distracting or bad. But it's kind of like, all right, we get it. You're not as innovative as we thought.
The game that stole the idea from another game is not that innovative. I can't believe it.
Says the guy who plays hours and hours of that game every single night.
Oh well,
He plays hours and hours of both games every single day.
nobody's asking me, is it innovative? Like, no, it's not innovative, but it's fun.
All right. Well, moving on. I managed to start up. I played the first.
Are you nervous to talk about this?
No, I just don't know what I'm saying anymore. I downloaded Dead by Daylight because we wanted to start playing that. The friend group wanted to play that, so I played the tutorial parts of it, and let's just. All I'm gonna say is I hope it's better with friends.
I'm sure the multiplayer game you played alone will be better with friends. Yeah, it's not really a game you want to play solo. Yeah, or you should play solo. To tell you the truth.
Yeah. Won't say anything else until I play the real experience, I think. I played and beat a game on the Switch called Inmost.
Oh, you did finish that.
Talked about it last week a little bit. Oh, thank you.
Hey, it's ready.
Okay.
I'm on the wrong page.
All right.
It was really good. It's very atmospheric. It's 2D side-scrolling kind of game. It's got a real deep dark storyline that's very emotional, and by the end of it, because it's revealed piece by piece as you play through the 4.5-hour experience or so, and by the end, because you get pulled through because you want to know what's going to happen, but then when it's revealed at the end what everything means, it's like very depressing. But it all works
excellent.
It all works really, really well with like the atmosphere and the music, and all the puzzles are very satisfying. And you play as 3 different characters, and they all play totally different, but they have 3 different storylines that weave together. It's really well done. I recommend it.
Is it emotions? Is it your innermost emotion?
No spoilers, please.
Don't spoil.
Yeah, I mean it didn't.
Don't spoilers, please.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I mean I would just say
No spoilers.
I bought it. It was on sale for like $2, so like it was definitely worth it for me. I don't know if anyone would be into the type of game that it is, but if you do get into it, I would just say be ready for some emotionally heavy things that happen, so much so that I would almost, if you were ever abused or something as a kid, maybe like look into it a bit and see if you really want to even play it.
Trigger alert. Yes.
So
right? What do you say?
Trigger warning
or content warning.
Yeah.
Trigger alert. Trigger alert.
Well, it made me think. Trigger alert. Trigger alert. If you look up trigger,
that's a Pokemon, I think. Trigger alert.
If you look up trigger warnings, there's also a spoiler alert that kind of comes with that too.
It's a trigger alert.
It's
That's
a
when it's
trigger alert.
triggering and also spoils
Yes.
something at the same time.
You ruined it and you upset
You
me.
make me. It kind of makes me want to look into it a little bit more.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It's good. It's kind of good for Halloweenish times.
Yeah,
it's a time to be sad.
It's got that kind of vibe because everything's really spooky in the world, and
It do be spooky though.
and the music goes along with that.
But it's a heavier, unexpectedly heavy content.
I gotta look
Yeah.
up and see if it's still on sale.
It's not. I mean, I'm happy that I experienced it, and I was definitely invested going through because I wanted to know how everything was gonna like relate to each other. Because it's seemingly 3 different characters that are unrelated, and you're like, there's got to be a commonality somewhere. And when it comes together, it's really great, but also, like I said, really emotionally heavy and kind of dark. But so fun to play through and very rewarding when you figure it. Like it's not too hard. The puzzles aren't too hard, so you can kind of get through it with.
Sounds
and
like my kind of game.
yeah, I think you'd like it.
Emotionally, destroys me emotionally, and also not too challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was
Sorry.
good. So I'm glad I played it. And I'm glad I beat it, and I'm glad it was short. It was like a nice little
Sale is over. It is back up to $15.
Oh my god.
Not worth the 15.
Don't get it for 15.
It's probably not going to be 15.
Look, it's a 4.5 hour game. Not that I'm saying, and like RMC will disagree. He says if it's a good game,
I disagree.
It could be 30 minutes, and I pay $15 or whatever.
Yes.
Are you triggered right now?
But yeah. So I take back everything of what I said. I'm just kidding. Get it and play it.
Now I don't know what to do.
Is that
You
it?
tell me to do it. You tell me to not to do it.
No, I'm very excited, RMC, that you haven't seen me on Switch Online this week playing.
Not once.
You're not a snooper.
And I've been
which
on
I-
more than usual playing, but I'm up like, as Lube would say, Frankenstein hours.
Oh
so.
yeah, I'm way before that. But so I started playing a little game called Neon White.
Oh, what is going on?
Let me tell you, you is what's going on, my friend. I would have never heard of this game if you didn't tell me to if you didn't give it a great review and talk its praises or sing its praises or whatever it's called. Here's the thing about Neon White. So I started it up and I was like, this game looks terrible. It looks ugly.
Really?
It looks like a PlayStation 1 piece of crap. And I hate the anime style, and I hate the storyline, and I hate the way the characters talk, and I hate everything about it. And I love this game. I love this game. I started playing it, and I was like, okay, all right, like first level's fine, whatever. It is what it is, straightforward. And then you get into it a little bit more, and then you're like, oh, okay, like I can do this a little bit better. And then, because I'm not a speedrunning guy, but there's something about the way it is. It's like, this is really fun, addicting. I feel like a badass.
Yeah.
And there was each level too, they teach you gradually as you go through perfectly. So that because there's so much going on. Like if you're just watching someone play this game, you're like, I'll never be able to play this game.
You're exactly right. If you just watch it, you're like, there's no way I can do this.
I couldn't do it. And then like some missions will start and you'll look at it and you'll be like, I can't do this. Like I seriously can't do it. I'm going to turn the system off.
Can't do it.
And then you play it. And then for some reason you just get so into it. And then it gets to a point where you're like one with the game. You're like the Matrix or something. I don't know. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. And like all those negatives, or in my eyes, negatives, they're not negatives to everybody, but like the things that I mentioned, like, oh, it looks kind of ugly and choppy, and it's got like an anime style that's like a little over the top and that kind of thing. Like you realize that that's all purposeful. You know, it's not like they couldn't make it look nicer graphically wise, and I'm doing the air quotes or whatever, but like they wanted it to look like this. And it's very, like you said in your review, it's very like Suda 51 mixed with some other crazy games, and it's got that feel to it. And very quickly I still am not the biggest fan of that style of anime storytelling where it's like, here's a picture of one anime person and here's another, and like this, then they have like the drip off their brow, and then they've got their red eyes because they're embarrassed, and like the little girl is wearing a short skirt and flirting and saying things that
that's the cutscenes are like that, or like
the
text
cutscenes
bubbles
are
like
no, the cutscenes are static cutscenes, but depending on what the character is saying, they add things to them. So,
Right.
like he's saying, sweat drops or
it's
vein
it's
or-
just very like anime stuff. And
now,
that's
see,
what
the
it
thing I
is.
don't like about it is, to me, it is very clearly not anime. It is very clearly inspired by anime, but I look at it and I'm like, this looks really like. I also don't like the way that stuff looks. Storytelling, that's fine for me. Like I'm fine with receiving a story that way, but just from an artistic perspective, that artwork doesn't do it for me at all. Like I really don't. It feels like, to me, it looks like an anime knockoff by someone who doesn't really know how to draw anime. That's what. So basically, we're saying the same thing, just from a different perspective.
I guess.
But yes, you're right. The sweat drops and all that stuff. That it's very, very, very influenced by anime and how it does all that. But the artwork itself is so clearly not anime to me. Like the intro video that you get, the animation is done by someone who very much likes anime, but it's not anime. It's very influenced by anime.
Well, whatever it is, it's not really my thing. It
Yeah.
doesn't get in the way at all of the game. And
yeah,
I've still been obsessed with scoring the best times and getting every
Are you going for
package.
the highest medal?
Oh yeah. And when I see your name on the list, you better believe I play until I beat that name. And did you beat the game?
Yeah.
You must have had a couple of levels where you didn't have your internet on or something, because they're not every single.
I had to disconnect because I got in trouble. You know how there were a few weeks there where I was talking about how I was playing and I had to do the review? You know how I have to change my online status sometimes? I wasn't told that I had to change my online status, and then I was told I had to change it.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, because
yes,
because the first level it has no scores for you, and then like the like two. Not that I'm obsessed with your scores or anything, but then 2 through 4.
well, I mean, it
had all your
shows you
stuff.
your friends right away. So yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, I was following the directions I was told, and then I was told something different as time went on. So you are exactly right.
Did you get all the packages and stuff?
No, not all of them.
You didn't try to gift it, like get as much story out of, because you get
I got
packages and then you
most
give
of
gifts
it,
to the
not all
characters
of
and you
it,
get
but I
stories.
didn't. By the time I had done the review, I was so late on the embargo because of the stuff that happened. I was like, I have to do I've seen the main game through to the end. I have to do the review of it. But no, I didn't I didn't get X or whatever the highest medal is called in all the levels or anything.
Yeah.
I really still want to. Like there'll be games I sit down to play for review, and I'll go turn on my Switch and Neon White is over there, and I'm like, just maybe a couple levels.
Some of the side quests that you get for giving characters those gifts that you pick up are some of the best levels in the whole
You're
game.
right. Yeah.
And
how far are you?
I'm on day 5.
So
level
you've done
35.
some of the boss stages, I'll
Day
say.
5, level 35.
So there's 10 days, and basically it's like missions.
Yeah, missions.
10 missions, I guess.
Oh, you did explain this.
So
There's
like
a lot of
I'm
content.
on.
There's a good amount. Yeah.
5. I guess I've done 5 days of missions, so 5 big long missions, and then I actually scoured through and got every single package up until where I am. So I've given all the packages out, and I've done all those side quests and stuff too.
But the
and
boss
you start
levels,
at level 100, and and it goes.
You work
It's one of
around.
those roguelike or whatever.
So
where
I'm
like
a
you
35.
go through the same run,
Everything is the same.
but you
Levels are built expertly.
but you continue to go through it, and if you collect something the previous run, you keep that, and then you just said you collected packages.
No. Well, that's outside of the levels. Levels are built specifically with certain power-ups for you to use to find your best way to getting the best time. You never carry any abilities on to the next level with you.
But collectibles or whatever.
But yeah, there's one collectible in each level. If you grab it, you can give it to any of the other characters.
There's like a
in
hub world
Hades.
outside of the game.
You didn't play Hades, or did you?
No.
Okay.
That's why I have clearly no idea what I'm talking about. In either of these instances.
Well, yeah, Hades is the levels are different. They have the same theme as you go through them, but the
Hades,
designs and the
nice.
enemies are all in different places.
Nice.
But Neon White is not like that. Each level is like handcrafted. So
It really-
artisanal.
It really is like
bespoke, perhaps
perfectly crafted.
No, not bespoke.
Yeah, it's really, really addictive.
Bespoke
It's
is for the
fun. The
visual.
music's great.
I was going to ask you about the music since you hadn't mentioned it yet.
Yeah, music's awesome. It's like Aphex Twin soundtrack, basically.
That when those soundtracks are going and you're like speed running a level and like you're hitting all the jumps and bouncing off everything, you're like, man, do I feel awesome.
Sometimes it fits perfect with the music, and you're like, is the music going by my actions, or is it just happen to be
great.
perfect?
I wish I remembered the name of the
I just,
composer.
like that stuff. That game, like a game like that, just feels like a lot of pressure for me to and that's what you like.
Exactly.
You look at it and you're like, there's no way I can do this. But once you do it, it's like real life, right? Like you realize I can do this, and I can do it better if I practice.
And I'm not really one for practicing anything, and I wouldn't call this practice for some reason. It's just so fun. So like once you do the level once, it like shows you what a third place run time is and a second place, and then it's like easier to like, okay, do better. And if you do better, then they give you like your ghost icon, so you can like follow your ghost and see if you're faster. And then if you do it, if you get like, you know, high enough insight, they call it, then they'll give you like a shortcut option.
They tell you where to go.
So they'll give you like,
well,
so you have to
it'll
play
be like
through a few times yourself on the level, and then if you keep playing as you level up, it'll give you like the hints to make that level as perfect.
But
as
it's
you
not
can make it.
like a full guide telling you exactly where to go. It'll show you like the first few moves or directions you should go, and then it lets you piece everything together. But it does help if you're trying to shave like tiny bits of time off your.
Funny because like you'll think you have the run of a lifetime, and you'll be like 5 or 6 seconds off from first place, and you're like, there's no way I can do it.
It's impossible. Yeah.
And then it'll show you like what the shortcut was, and you're like, you could do that. Like, that's a cool thing about the game, is like a lot of it looks like you can't do it.
And then you do that, you get the best medal, and then you get to the in between, and it shows you the leaderboards, and you see a friend has gotten like 2 seconds better than that, and you're like, how did they do this? So makes you want to go back in the stage and just keep trying stuff.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to crush your score.
Well, I hope you were successful.
Every single one.
Well, I'm glad you're playing it, and I'm really glad you're enjoying it. And yeah, it's an awesome game.
Really
completely
is.
Out of both of our wheelhouses, but well worth it.
Yeah, and like I said, it feels like, you know, an older generation game, but it's expertly done and crafted where the gameplay doesn't feel old.
It feels experimental. Like it feels like a PS1 era game. And back in the PS1 era, there were more developers who were experimenting, A, because it was a new system, but B, it was like everybody's like polygon games. We got to do polygon games. So you got weird stuff that you don't get now. And that's what this feels like. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, that's a game
you're making me want to go back and play.
I would recommend. It's just so fun. Like it's the fun factor really for me, you know.
Or you could stream the soundtrack for free if you're not interested.
White Evangelion. What is it?
No. Neon White Evangelion. Is that it?
Neon White
finally.
Bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast.
PC. I mean, you can talk about whatever you want. I think I saw you sneak on and play something.
Well, yes. I'm
What
talk
was
about
it?
every game I've played since 2019.
What was it? Was it a Mario something?
It was.
Yeah.
So I'm still desperately trying to beat Cuphead.
Hmm.
I did get to the Diceman.
Oh, you're there.
Level,
You're there.
And I'm trying to get through that. But
it's funny because, you know, when Cuphead first came out, you were like, oh, let me play it. And I was like, I don't want to be around while you're playing this game.
I'm not as bad as I used to be. That's called growth.
Yeah, you said that. And then it wasn't extremely long ago, but you were here playing like Donkey Kong Country or something. And you like slowly went right back to it. And you were like, well, this is Donkey Kong Country. It's like, all right.
All right.
I remember you got really angry at the bees.
Yes.
Those freaking bees.
Mine carts as well.
But
But anyway, you were.
I have a therapist now. When we talk about this.
You went to Cuphead.
Yes, I went to Cuphead. Poor Cole tried to play it with me, and I was like, "You got to go. This isn't working. I appreciate the assist."
Oh, he was playing co-op.
He was trying.
Oh, no.
He was trying to be my mug man, and I was like, "You." And I was like trying to be really nice, but I was just like,
You're ruining this.
Effing this
Yeah.
up for me, so we gotta get this.
I don't think
You
it's a
can't.
good co-op game.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I learned that a
No.
couple of
It's
weeks
a good
ago.
co-op game when you've already beaten it and you don't care, and then you
Right.
could co-op with somebody else and help them. But you're trying to do it together, no chance.
Yeah, I was like, why don't you just sit this one out, bud? Like, why don't you just?
I got an
go-
idea.
Yeah.
Watch me play.
Exactly. I think the dog needs you. Can you go? So I'm trying to do that. I did get the DLC, and that is my next thing.
I haven't started that yet. Yeah. I never
But
do that.
I also tried Ring Fit Adventure
Oh.
because I'm trying to get in shape and not doing a great
I
job.
died.
No, I died. Well, on the inside,
Broke my
yes.
legs.
Ended up hiring a trainer at a gym anyway, so we'll see how that goes. And then what you
But
saw
the trainer
me-
just said, "Here, play this Ring Fit Adventure."
exactly. It was a
And that'll be
maybe
$50.
this.
That'll be $50 a day, please.
It was a buff dragon, and I was really confused. And I did just start playing new Super Mario Brothers U.
Oh, real? That's what you were playing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw that and I remember thinking that's an odd one to play now, but
Well, my brother-in-law just like handed us a bunch of Switch games, and he
A
was
game-
like, "You can play these now."
a
And I
game
was
that
like,
killed
"Okay."
the Wii U at launch. There it is.
And I liked it, so I
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
good.
"I'm gonna play this," and I didn't pay money for it. So
Are you
it's,
playing the regular Mario game or are you playing the tougher Luigi game?
I am playing the regular Mario game for now.
The Luigi game is legit tough.
The Luigi Primo game where you just run around
Not him,
infecting
not
everyone
him.
with COVID,
No.
and spinning a dough. But yeah, so far I think
Spinning a dough.
spinning a dough, the dance of my people. Yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, it's just your basic Mario game. I'm
Yeah.
on the ice place
Mhm.
time, so that's a little annoying because I don't like the ice levels. But other than that, it's good.
As long as
That's
it's not
on
a
Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they brought new Super Mario Brothers U to the Switch, but it's a combination with that and new Super Luigi U. So
Yeah.
it's like new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
And they left the U in the name.
Yes.
Yes, they did. If it said Wii U, they'd probably change it, but since it was just U, they left it. But
'Cause I'm the Mario brother now.
if you haven't played the Luigi portion, that is 80 new stages, and they are all considerably difficult. They're
Sounds like
very
right up your
challenging.
alley.
I loved it. Yeah, I love it, but it
Oh,
is very
challenge.
challenging.
Oh,
Yes.
please
Yeah, so
challenge
I'm
me.
gonna throw
Challenge
my
me,
Switch into
senpai.
the street, is what you're telling me.
I mean, if you make your way, like new Super Mario Brothers U is fine. I don't think it's difficult, but if you want a challenge, yes.
Okay, well,
Because
stack
I
up on
played it and I was
Cool
like,
Rags.
I'm like, Nintendo made it, and I'm like, it'll be difficult, but it's not going to be that difficult. And I was like, this is more difficult than I thought it would be. So
Yeah.
I like it.
There's anything else I'm playing? Because of Mom Frame, I started playing Penny and Flo.
Oh,
You can't beat Penny and Flo.
No, I'm in that
Just-
first solid, great, chill out. I'm in the first lady's house still because I pick it up and put it down.
Mhm.
But I started playing that, and then I'm hopelessly addicted to Project Makeover, which is a really bad phone game that I am.
Are you making over people or homes?
Yeah.
a little bit of both?
Oh,
So
that's nice.
you get
That's
like
nice.
a time, you get like a time. I don't know why I said that. You get like
You get a
Tell
time.
the homes to look like they're people.
move
Yes.
that busted
it kind
person.
of, so you get like somebody who's like, oh, this person's a swamp monster or something, and they got
So
like
bust.
stink lines coming off them. I don't
Busted.
know. It's like not great. And then you
Yeah.
have to like,
Move that
you have
bus.
a team of people, and then one section is doing the person, the other section's doing
Mhm.
the house.
So it's like Queer Eye.
They did have a special Queer Eye edition.
Oh my god.
Did you guys hear
yes, yeah.
Karamo's getting his own show?
He
I
has it. I've seen it on
did.
TikTok.
She's a talk show.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, that's all I've really been playing.
Oh,
That's
okay.
great.
Well, thank you.
What have you been playing, RMC?
Oh my God, thank you.
I've
You
been
don't do
practicing that
that.
for weeks.
Thank
You
you.
don't just give it to them. You let 'em swirl.
Thank you,
I
PC.
do.
Thank you, PC.
I do.
I played Fortnite, as Deux said. I played Fortnite with family and friends and had a good time. I have the battle
You're a
pass,
sweaty.
and I'm trying to get to Spider-Gwen to unlock that costume or that skin because I need that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. They brought back the Ranger shotgun, which is my favorite weapon in Fortnite, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, still fun. Not
Power
innovative.
Not
No, not
innovative.
Power Ranger. And then the only other game I played this week is one that I can't stop playing. Tunic. I'm playing Tunic for the first time on the Switch. I don't think there's ever been you've been saying that. I don't think there's ever been a game more made for me.
Yeah,
It is
it's challenging.
incredible. It is one of my favorite games of all time so far.
Skill
I'm not
level
done.
Challenging or puzzle level challenging?
Just like
Depends on how you.
patience challenging for me.
It depends on how you look at it, because the puzzles.
So it's the graphics.
No,
and the music.
no.
and
The graphics
the
I
way the
liked. The
characters
music
talk.
I liked. The way it's presented is beautiful. And
It's a
sorry
gorgeous game.
to steal your.
No, go right
your
ahead. It's
talking
more
points
interesting
here,
when we
but,
both
like,
talk about it.
But it's one of those games where if you die, you get sent back to your checkpoint, and like all the. And if you save the game, yeah, you get your health back, but all the enemies come back. So it's like a lot of like fighting tough enemies to get to a save point, and then it's like, well, do I save? Obviously, yes, but then I've got to fight all these enemies again, and it was like a lot of like, and the way the graphics are beautiful, and the way that it looks is great. But there's a lot of, and this is not a negative thing, but this is negative for me. There's a lot of like hidden stuff, and it's like, you got to explore for that. I mean,
there's tons. It very much uses.
You just played Skyrim for like
but like
2 months, and that was all exploration.
Yeah, but that
It's
time
like,
in that game you explore and you don't find anything.
well, in that game, they'll tell you like, oh, here on the map is something. It's not really exploring.
Yeah.
Kind of is
okay.
exploring.
I mean, I don't know.
It's a place on a map and you go to it. That's what Skyrim is. It's
And
like
with Skyrim, it's
GPS the game.
anything you stumble
Old-timey
upon
GPS.
or quote discover in Skyrim's not good, not necessary to beat the final boss, whereas in this game too, Nick, everything you do, you got to really scour the thing to find like keys for the next part, to do the to find the
I
next
hate it.
area, to find the
You said
know.
keys. Now I'm curious. How far did you play?
I thought you beat it.
I
No.
didn't beat it. No, it's like a 15-hour game. I don't remember exactly where I was, but I know because of how I have my Switch games set up that I spent a good like 8 hours. But I don't know.
Did you fight any bosses?
I fought a boss. Yeah, I fought some bosses. I fought a boss or something.
The way you said it, I don't know if you're joking or not.
Look, it's been a long time.
okay.
I really
gotcha.
don't recall.
I'm sorry, because I don't know. Is it RPG fighting?
No, it's like
turn-based,
classic
or it's-
Zelda.
So okay.
Yeah, it's
Except it is
You
more
need
challenging.
skill, like you build up your strength or something.
Nope. Well, you could get things to do that, but it's not like you beat a boss. Here's the thing to make you stronger. There's treasure chests that have things to raise your stats. Yeah, but they're
it's like
not
Link's
all over the place.
Awakening as far as
Mhm.
gameplay, but the fighting's more intricate and challenging.
Yes.
Like there's a lot more defensive stuff that you have to
There's
do.
not like
Like
it's
run away.
not sophisticated like hit a million buttons. It's like one sword swing button, there's a dodge button and a shield button. But the way enemies force you to use those things, there's a lot to it. So I like the enemies in the beginning, you run up and hit them a couple times, you die. Like maybe an hour later, you got to like dodge around them and wait for an opening and then go in for an attack. So yeah, combat is more sophisticated and it is certainly challenging. And there's the bosses I found to be very challenging, but they just require patience. Like you can't go in and
I'm
beat
out.
the crap out of everything. You can go in and get a few hits, but you got to wait your time or you got to do a perfect dodge or stuff like that.
The thing I
So
hate
they're
is when
certainly
I wait-
challenging.
When I realize, I just need to slow down and I can't run in and fight something, and I take my time and I wait and I play, and then it takes me like 15 minutes, and then I still die. And I'm
Well,
like,
I've got
"Oh,
great
God,
news
no."
for you. There's multiple assist features. You can make it so
Oh,
that
okay.
nothing hurts you and you don't run out of stamina, and you can
Oh,
turn
yeah.
the combat all the way down to
Nothing hurts
easy
me?
if you want. So,
The old
and
PG,
that's something you can
no?
turn on and off as you go. So if you get to a boss that's giving you a lot of trouble, turn on all the accessibility features, beat the boss, turn them off. So
And then I come back
all
and
that stuff
talk
is
about
there.
how I beat a boss because I went on full coverage mode, and then I
Full
get
coverage
crapped on
mode.
by this guy. Oh, you playing?
we found out all together organically that happened. We didn't know. But yes, this game.
the Curse of the Moon. or
Yeah.
whatever. Dear Lord.
It's because I was like, I had trouble with that game, and you
Oh, yeah,
breezed through it.
the easiest game I ever
Oh,
played.
it's great. But yes, Deux is right. There are things hidden all over the place in this game, and it very much plays with the isometric camera. It's an isometric camera. It moves around from time to time, but yes, like if you see any little nook or cranny or shadow or anything or like a corner, you should
That's
be
what
like,
I-
let me go see if there's something
Those
here.
are the
And
games
there's
that
like
end up being like 25 hours for me.
there's
because,
a
like,
whole
I look
path
into stupid things.
or maybe a chest with gems in it or a useful item, or sometimes you'll do it and you're like, oh, I think I was supposed to find this. Like this is the next part of the game, I guess. So I've been organically finding where I'm supposed to go. I haven't had a time where I'm like, I have no clue where to go. I don't know what to do. There have been moments where I'm like, I guess I could go over here and look, or I just got this thing. Maybe I'll go over here and look. And it takes a little bit of fumbling around, but I find it. Nothing where I'm like, I'm lost completely.
It's also difficult. Not that this is going to affect you at all, RMC, but for a gamer like me who gets stuck and frustrated and has to go online to look up a walkthrough, it's not like Ocarina of Time where you could be like, oh, I'm in this section of the game, look up the walkthrough. It's like literally you could do whatever. So it's like, I don't know what part I'm in, like
So
in this
you need
walkthrough.
to,
I like
be very specific. Like if
you'd
you were
have
to do
to
a
be
search, you have to
following
be
it.
very specific. About
It's funny. If you were doing I'm sure there's plenty of facts out there that run you through it and they would use the actual names. And places have names. There's the map like that. But yeah, I would imagine guides would be like, go straight from the start. And then when you get to the first save point, make a right and follow that path to the forest. You'd have to do things like that.
You'd have to go step by step in order for me to find out where the heck I was. And, by that time, I'm like 6 hours into the game. And it's like, where is that?
Even better, the game uses its own language. So there's a little bit of English in it, but most of the time it's symbols that you don't know what they mean.
It's charming at first.
Wait, what do you mean?
Then it's like
the dialogue? You don't even know what it is?
There's not really much in the way of dialogue. There's items that you pick up that have descriptions that you don't know what they say, and signs that tell you, like, maybe it'll say like grave of hero, and then it says something else above it in a language you don't know, and you're like, I don't know what does this mean?
Zelda too.
Yeah, well, Zelda has all regular text, but it has some of that flavor text. But this is like, you walk up to a well and you go to use the well, and it says like blah blah blah, and you're like, well, I guess I'll figure this out later.
Is that you?
But then there's the instruction book pages in the game that you find. And it is the first time ever where an instruction book for a game is very important, because you get pages and it's a front and back, and you'll read things and you'll be like, oh, this means this. Now I understand.
That's in actual English.
Some parts of it.
Not really.
Not all of it, but some parts, but enough that you know. Or there's also a whole bunch of imagery that shows you what things mean. So like you'll see a picture of your character doing something, and it's like, if you press this, it'll say like the button, and you'll see your character doing something, and you're like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I can do this. So you learn that as you go on. Like there's these things in the game that are all over the place. And I played for like, I don't know, 8 hours. And I'm like, I'm going to find out what these things are at some point. I don't know what they are. And I got a page of the instruction booklet, and it's like these things. And it showed a button and this thing that you got to do. And I was like, I would have never thought of that. And then you go do that, and it starts this whole big new thing. And I'm like, oh, now this all makes sense. So
I
love that. Yeah.
I want the instructions from day one, because like you're walking around, you don't even know how to swing a sword. Like you don't know how to do anything.
Yeah, the game doesn't tell you like.
I got Link's
Music.
Awakening on the DS or the 3DS or the DS3, whatever they called it. I walked into a village. I talked to like 4 people, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I never picked it up again.
Well, I mean, in Tunic, I could understand not giving up part, but being lost. Yes, in Link's Awakening, I
walked around. No,
There's a telephone.
It wasn't like that.
Link's Awakening is a little easier
I
to
walked
understand.
around and I was like, I don't know where I'm going.
The
I don't
first
understand
town
this.
has a telephone booth where you call and they tell you what to do.
Something about owls.
You don't. That's even before you meet the owl. They're like, you can walk right into the first town. There's a telephone booth with a picture of a telephone above it. You call the phone, and the guy's like, "I'll tell you what you need to know if you're stuck."
What did he tell me? He didn't tell me.
He tells you the whole time. You just keep calling him, and he tells you
Put it
hints.
down.
He said it's time to take a nap and go home.
But yeah, in
Leave-
Tunic, there's
Leave
secrets.
the exploration to the professionals.
There's secrets all over the place. There's stuff about your character you don't know. The instruction booklet way of teaching you stuff is so interesting to me because A, you don't have the instruction booklet in the beginning, and B, you just have to randomly find the pages, and they make sense of things as you go on, and that opens up the game as you go. I am absolutely in love with the game. I love that there's so many mysteries and secrets, and there's still plenty of stuff I don't understand. There's doors where I'm like, I don't know how to open these. I don't know what to do. But you make your way and you go and you figure things out. And the dungeons are a ton of fun. The music is amazing. The soundtrack is so cool.
It's good.
I love the visuals. Like if I could name like games with visuals that are perfect for me, this is one of them. Like it's got a real Link's Awakening vibe, like remake, but maybe not as it's cutesy, but maybe not as cutesy. I don't know. Whatever the style of this game is, I love the look of this game. I love everything about it. I can't think of a bad thing to say. It's a game made for me. I love just like sitting down to go play and be like, all right, I don't know where I'm going and I don't know what I'm going to find, but I'm excited to see where I end up.
Funny that you didn't finish it because when you were talking about it, I thought you were interested in it enough
I
where
liked it.
I actually was interested in it. And when it was announced for the Switch, I was like, oh,
It's a perfect game for the Switch.
but now that we talk about it more, I'm like, oh.
It's just so challenging for me. So I don't
So
know
play
how.
with the guide.
I
You
don't
can
know
use a
how
guide.
The
like
guy
you would do, but
they sent a guy to my house.
Yeah,
to play
they
with?
sent a guy to help.
Listen, yeah, if you don't like figuring things out, then you're not going to want to play it unless you play with a guide at your side the whole time.
Guide.
Guide.
because
No, it's a guy.
like
He just
that-
lives with you.
that
Go over there.
game that game that we played, Death's Door, is similar, but there's something about Death's Door that works for me because it doesn't have that Dead Souls element to it where like you die, everything comes back, like you lose everything, you have to do that.
You
See,
what
like
do you
that-
lose?
that
What-
part-
What do you lose?
Everything, all like the money that you've accumulated since your last or whatever it is,
He says no.
You lose like 20 every time.
but then you have the option, like you have an opportunity to find your
Yes.
dead body and
When,
get that
when
stuff
you
back.
die once,
Right.
it leaves your soul behind or whatever you want to call it. If you go back, you can pick it back up. But there's boss fights where I've died like 30 times and I lost like 120 gems or something altogether. It's not like a lot. You do get a little penalized, but
Because that was
It's not a
thing
big deal.
that I couldn't get past with Hollow Knight, where you die,
Losing stuff?
you got to get back to where you died so that you can refill your health, like actually start to refill your health.
well, see, here's the thing. Like, I don't want to just, I'm not shooting down what you're saying, but for me, it's never been a thing where I'm like, oh, I'm dead and I got to walk all the way back there.
Well,
When I
Hollow
s-
Knight it is.
When I know, but in this, I see a save point, I save, and that's it. Like, I've never been like, oh my God, I got so much stuff to go through again. I
Would
just
you lose
save.
just some money or
a little bit of no items. You don't. The only thing you lose is like 20 gems. That's it, and you have a chance to get them back. It might be a percentage of your gems based on how many you have. I don't know. I had like 2,000 at the boss fight.
Jeez, money bags, Jemmy bags,
And then you you get the spirit that you can try and go back and get to, and sometimes you don't, and you lose a few gems. But it's not like
you don't need that spirit of yours.
no. It's just the gems.
You don't lose so many spirits.
You don't lose
your
items.
spirit so many
You really
times.
get hung up on
your
this. I didn't mean
spirits.
to make this.
You
sound
don't
like
lose
this was the
items.
worst,
You don't lose
frustrating thing of the
progress.
game,
You
but-
don't lose anything but gems. That's it.
and
Just your
time,
Jemmy bags.
and
Oh,
you have to
time,
go through
you
and
lose
fight
time, yeah.
8 million.
See,
enemies
that I don't know
again,
what he's
and
talking about.
Enemies are tough. and
Little
you have
humble
to-
brag there.
Can you only say
I want just.
you
I'm
only
that's
say
what-
this-
Thank you.
No,
Thank
no.
you. We say this every
No,
week
no.
with this guy.
Can you
I'm
say
trying-
What's the first game you ever beat as a child? Oh, Super Mario Brothers, the first game I ever played because I'm the king.
Here's the thing. It's hard for me to say I don't know what you're talking about without sounding like I'm trying to brag, but I don't know what you're talking
God,
I don't
man.
know
Because
what you're
there's-
talking about.
What I'm saying is there's
Well,
not
look,
a
do the
big
enemies
long-
respawn
I've
or
never
not?
I've never been
Just
yeah, they
answer the
do.
question.
He's never died. He
The
doesn't. He's
enemies
never died in the
respawn.
game.
Yes,
as
the
you know.
enemies respawn. But that's my point. I've never
know
had to
what
walk so
dying
far
is
from
in
a
a
save
game.
point to where I need to be. That's what I'm saying. Like
There are specific save points.
there's save points all over the place. Yeah, there's fox statues everywhere. Like I've never died where I've been like, now I got to go through this whole castle again.
Well,
I'm like, now I'm
we
2
all
rooms
know
away
you
from where I
don't-
was.
You don't need a guide. You don't need to collect pages in the game for that. You can save at fox statues. Everyone, spoiler alert.
They don't teach you that. It's true, but I saw a statue with a fire,
Pro
and I
tip.
figured you could go up to it and do something, and you get a button prompt. So yeah, did you need a guide to
Get a
figure
butt
that out?
I did actually. I don't know.
I
if
apologize.
King of the video games. over
Yeah.
here.
It's like they like force you right into it. It's the first thing you walk up to.
I'm obviously just joking a bit about that, but
So you
But
knew
look,
that.
yeah,
Oh, okay. okay.
yeah. I mean, there's a button prompt. What am I?
Yes, you get a
An
button
animal?
prompt. yes.
But no, I mean,
my
look,
child?
it's a great game, and I think a lot of people are gonna really enjoy it, and they should because it is a terrific game. I'm just not really a challenge guy. I like things to be a little bit easier.
Listen, I totally get that it's not everybody's cup of tea. The amount of
Watch what you say there, because you just challenged yourself. You played Neon White and you said, "I can't do this,"
Well,
and then you
that's-
you accepted the challenge and you fell in love with
It
it.
has something to do with the gameplay. You know,
Oh, I
like
get it.
Neon White is geared for that, whereas Tunic, it's just like it's a part of the game. You die, you do
Tunic
it again.
is no hand holding, and there's a high barrier for entry multiple times
Well,
over.
I just found out today that I want somebody to hold my hand.
There's
desperately need
it's listen, I say games nowadays have a lot to make sure players are comfortable, and I think that's fantastic. But I personally think, for my taste, games hold your hand too much. I don't like that. Tunic does not hold your hand at all. If anything, it goes way further in the other direction, and it makes you learn about stuff. But again, you can always go online and use a guide, but it still has the assist features. So it doesn't have that difficulty there if you don't want it. You can make yourself pretty much invincible and you're fine.
Which is going to be real fun, right?
But as far as the puzzles go, you either look at a guide or you figure it out on your own. Again, like I said, for everything I've learned, there's 3 other things I don't know what the hell they mean.
It's got a if you like the first Legend of Zelda, you'd like this, because there's no hand holding in that, and
never beat that one either.
It's what the guy in Zelda says, it's a secret to everybody, and you're like, what secret? What the hell are you talking about?
Secret to even him.
And Tunic, they're like, and you're like, I can't even read what this is saying.
It's a secret to me now.
But it's, for me, fantastic. Love it. It's one of my favorite games so far of all time. One of my favorite games. It's exactly what I want from a game. It's so atmospheric, and it's I love it. I love it so much.
Well, that's nice for you.
Oh, so good. Thank you. All right, let's do questions.
A lot of people are excited about it.
I'm not one of them.
Questions. What do we got this week? Hey, we got a question from... Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
goninpod@gmail.com. It could be about Nintendo, video games in general, or whatever the hell you want.
For $1.
This question comes from the Questioner of Things.
Oh, boy.
The Questioner of Things says, for the first few years of Switch, many large publishers skipped releasing games on it, citing that the user base just wasn't there yet. Fast forward to 2022, and both PS5 and Xbox Series XS have sold less hardware than the Switch at the same point in their lifespans. Yet none of the big publishers are skipping either due to a small user base as of yet. What do you think is the difference between platforms that have publishers worried about the Switch's user base, but not other hardwares? My God, the Questioner of Things, you and I are on the same wavelength, because I said back in the day, that's a bunch of BS, and it's all because they're afraid of going against Nintendo, and now we know that's the truth. So there you go. That's the answer. They're afraid of Nintendo.
Oh,
Nobody wants to go against Nintendo's own games, so... That's it. Who the hell cares about going against Microsoft or Sony's games?
Yeah,
Nobody's like, oh, the new Halo, I'm so afraid of it. Especially now, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I was hoping it was a fun question.
Yeah, I have to admit I glossed over for the first part, and then I talked over the actual question.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're talking about, but
So-
I like Nintendo.
They're saying
good.
back in the early days of the Switch, a whole bunch of publishers were like, we're going to hold off and see how the system does because it's a new install base. We're going to see if it sells well. Then when the Xbox Series X and PS5 come out and the install bases are still extremely low, everybody's supporting those bad boys from day one. So he's like, what's the deal here? What are you talking
games
about?
coming out on the PS5.
They are, but they're ports. Nobody's making
So they're not
PS5
really-
and Xbox Series X games. Yeah, they're hedging their bets because it makes more sense to make a next gen version of your game that's also going to PS4 or Xbox One than it does going all out on a exclusive. So yeah, the Questioner of Things is exactly right. It's the same song and dance publishers have always done. They support Sony and Microsoft from day one because they have less competition there. And they have their bread and butter audiences there too, because they never bothered to foster anything anywhere else. So your Maddens and your GTAs are on those systems because that's where the player base is, and you don't have to worry about first party. When you go on Nintendo system, you're worrying about like so many first party games that are going to gobble up attention. So the third party publishers, and I'm not going to say wrongfully so, are like, we don't want to go up against that. Like, if you have the choice of going up against Horizon Forbidden West or Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you're going to go up against Forbidden West because that's going to be the better shot at making money. You're not going to go on the Switch and go up against the Zelda game. That would be crazy.
Right, but just release your game in between the games that are being released by the other system.
Yes,
the company.
you're right. Yes.
It's all about timing.
You're right. I agree. They just don't want to. They don't because they're afraid of being in Nintendo's environment. That's it.
But the reality is they're not making like new things anymore. They're just repeating the same things and porting it over. Like I thought that's why I was not understanding it, because I thought from what you guys were saying, like PlayStation 5 doesn't have any. They don't have
as far as new games that are exclusive to PS5 or Xbox Series X. There are, I would say, I would be shocked if there were double digits. I would be shocked if there's a PS5 exclusives in the double digits worth. I really don't think there's double digits. I want to say there's like 4, and we're 2 years in?
Platinum
year plus in?
is Platinum exclusively working with Nintendo now for releases?
No,
Or-
they're everybody.
but they don't seem to be only be making games.
No, that's not true. And I wish I could think of the example. They're doing something right now. They in recent years they've done a lot with Nintendo. They did the Wonderful 101
That's
and
also
they
because Nintendo
Bayonetta
was like,
3.
hey, we'll publish with you.
Yeah, because everybody else is like, we're not going to pay for that. Nintendo's like, yeah, we'll
got
pay
some
for it.
room in the bed here.
Go ahead.
Come on over.
Listen, Nintendo's smart in
It's
that
no love hotel, but it'll do.
Nintendo's smart in the sense that they don't gobble up other companies, but they create very good working relationships with those companies. They don't own Bandai Namco. They work with them all the time. They don't own Platinum. They work with them all the time. And those developers have great experiences working with Nintendo. So when Nintendo comes around next time and it's like, hey, we need some help with this, they're like, yeah, we'll help you out. Sure, why not? We already know your framework. We already have worked with you guys. So yeah. So that way they get the work and they don't have to pay the billions of dollars to get the company, and everybody makes more money in the long run. So yeah.
Well,
because look at how many companies have bought other companies, and those companies don't make what they used to make anymore. Like Rare's the perfect example. Microsoft bought Rare. What happened to Rare? Everybody that was that Rare left to go make Playtonic. So question of things. I love your question, and I agree with your assertion as well. Soul Cresta. Yeah, that's a shooter, but that's multi-platform. Yeah, that wasn't too long ago. They're doing something right now. They're doing a lot of multi-platform things. We shouldn't make it sound like they're doing only Switch things, but they do have games that are Switch only, like Astral Chain and Bayonetta 3 is coming up. They worked on Star Fox on the Wii U. Wonderful 101 was Wii U exclusive, and then went to Switch and PS4 and PC.
They're working on the Star Fox?
No, they did on the Wii U. Yeah, they got a great relationship with Nintendo. Platinum Games is
and
Nier Automata, yeah, or Automata. Which is coming out this week.
Oh.
So thank you for the question. The questioner of things. Your questioning was a great question. We also have a Patreon. Nicky Hill, did you know we have a Patreon?
No.
You can join the Patreon. I don't know.
For
Patreon.
$1.
Oh.
Patreon.com/GoNintendo. I don't know if that's right. For $1. Today's question comes from Tony de la Mancha.
Ooh.
Question for the pod. Speaking about mispronouncing words, which we do, like peripheral. How do you all pronounce the following words?
Eggs.
I will spell them.
Okay.
Milk. I will spell them.
Milk.
And someone can feel free to jump in with pronunciation.
I'm ready to mess it up.
Nuclear.
Nuclear?
Yeah.
Nobody is nuclear here.
No one's nuclear. I said that when I was a kid.
Wrong.
Dan on the H3 podcast says nuclear, and it drives me nuts.
Does he really?
Yes, he said it.
People
multiple
say
times.
that at work, yeah.
Nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear. EPITOME.
Epitome.
AB.
How else would someone
Epitome.
say it?
Epitome. They would probably read it epitome.
Yeah.
Epitome.
Uh,
Get out of here.
Epitome.
Oh, this is a good one because there is multiple ways to say this.
Bongo.
MISCHIEVOUS.
Mischievous?
I would say mischievous.
Yeah. I also would say
Mischievous?
mischievous.
Yes, there is mischievous. Hold on, it'll make sense. SEGUE.
Segue.
Segway. Yes, I'm sure people would read that one wrong.
He didn't spell WAY. So you're all wrong.
CACOPHONY.
Cacophony.
I said cacophony.
Cacophony is what I
Yeah.
would say.
I'm a cacophony.
Cacophony.
Yeah, I guess I'm a.
This is one I think
cacophony.
we all say wrong, but I think it's a
What's
collective wrong.
Wrong.
FEBRUARY.
February?
Yeah.
February. Yeah.
You know, everybody says February, but doesn't say the
I've
way it's
heard
spelled.
people say February.
That's when Valentine's Day. is.
Iridocin.
And
Iridocyclitis.
Times.
ALBEIT.
Albeit.
Yeah,
I don't
albeit.
I don't know that anybody would have trouble
Albeit.
saying it.
Albie.
He put a
Albie.
joke one on here. He put
Albie.
titty sprinkles on here, but I think we would all say that normally. But
Tiny
the
sprinkles.
one that is the most divisive,
Oh boy.
GIF.
Oh, I was talking about this yesterday.
Oh yeah, I say GIF, but
I say
do
GIF.
too.
I say GIF,
Supposed
but
to be.
my heart says GIF.
Yeah.
Somebody.
And I know it's wrong.
All the cameras at work have different letters. A, it's like alpha,
A, B,
alpha,
GIF.
beta. You know, like sometimes they use military
GIF.
terms or whatever. But they were talking about G camera, and they were like, "What do we call it, Gary?" And they were just laughing about it. Oh, Gary. And I was like, "Why don't we call it GIF?" And somebody was like, it's a G. And I was like, that's the point.
Do you not get the
Do you
joke?
get the joke?
Well, I feel bad about it because the guy who made them said they're GIFs, and I feel like I should respect him.
Well, here's the
why?
thing,
He's a
though.
big
He
peanut
didn't
butter guy.
come out
He's
and say
dead
that
now.
until like
Not that big, apparently.
years and years after the term had
so you're
come
saying
into
the public has decided how it's said,
Right,
and
and
he can't
he-
now be like, actually.
He's in the dirt, so we can say whatever we want.
yeah.
You know,
How about this?
if he had corrected
George,
everyone in
what
the
do you
first
think of
place,
this?
then maybe
Yeah,
I
what do
could.
you-
Your G
maybe I'd be
sounding
more
like a
accepting.
G
What
What do you
sound.
think, George?
It's actually Gorge.
They're called lemurs.
Listen. I've been toying with the idea of saying
Gorge was
GIF
his cousin.
because it pays respect to the man who says that's how it's said. I feel wrong about it, and I would never correct anyone who says GIF or GIF either way. I just,
Wrong.
I used to say Miyamoto, and I changed that, and I used to say Mario, and I changed that. So
Mario.
What is it? It's Mario.
Mario. I have trained myself to say both. I have no issue with it now. I could
He's
do
from,
the same
Super
with
Mario
GIF
Brothers.
to GIF. I just don't know if I
Okay.
want to.
Train
It's a
myself
video
to say
game.
no. Am I right?
What?
What?
People pleasing, like you
That
can
sounds
say
like a-
no to people. Knows a complete sentence.
Well,
I
I'm
found
proud of
that
you.
out.
Good job.
Yes.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, that's a touchy one. That's a touchy one. But
It's a
you make a
touchy
good
one.
point. The man is dead.
He's dead. We can do whatever we want. Was he
People
gonna come
water.
haunt us?
That's
How-
great.
how-
Maybe he will.
How'd he die?
He could only
Was
do
it
it little
Coolio?
bits, though.
Coolio was the inventor
Too
of
soon.
the GIF. Yes.
Too soon for Coolio.
Really too soon. And he died in a bathroom. Come
I
on, man.
mean, that's.
So
I
did
guess where I'm
Elvis,
gonna
right?
go, I'm probably gonna die in a tub. Let's be
If we
real.
could only hello Kobun. If we could only be so lucky.
Yeah, we're gonna
all
go
of
out
us.
together.
Was
in
it
a
like,
friendship tub.
Friendship tub. Yep.
Yeah,
Was it like heart failure or something?
I don't know. I don't. I just saw that he died, and I was driving,
I
and I
think
was like, "Oh
that's all I
no!" And that
saw,
was
yeah.
it.
Coolio did always say that the bathroom was his gangster's paradise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
he
mean,
did not say that.
even his
Oh.
mama thought that his mind was going.
gonna
He
make
was
a
only
bad
50
joke.
something, like 58 or
He was
59.
59.
I don't want to
Ay,
rush
ay, ay.
things. I just found something out. Limited time here. Paddington 2 is playing at the
Limited.
movie theater at 6:55. We got like 50 minutes.
I can watch Paddington Home in
We
in
got-
my house.
Paddington Home, is that the
Oh,
trilogy?
Paddington 2. Damn
Paddington
it.
2.
Damn it. Paddington 2 at home.
All right, just saying.
Now 3, I'll go see 3 in the
All right,
theaters.
Just wanted to. I didn't want it to pass without you guys knowing.
Rest in peace, Uncle Pastuzzo as well.
Huh?
From Paddington. He died in what? The first movie.
Oh,
the first 5
I
minutes.
haven't seen any of the.
He dies in the
Paddington.
first 5
they're
minutes. He's dead right
wonderful.
away.
Haven't seen any
He
of
gets
the
shanked in the
Paddingtons.
neck.
Whoa, did
You would
Paddington
like
kill him?
them. Why haven't you
Yes,
watched those?
definitely.
I just
You'd
don't.
love them.
I
know they look stupid, but they're actually pretty
No,
good.
It's not that because I'll watch pretty much anything. I just never like sit down and go, it's Paddington time. It's usually like I'm
Well,
gonna watch the
after
same
you
episode
watch-
of Dateline I've
after you
watched
wa-
40 times.
Oh God, I don't
Or
talk
was
to you as
it?
much as often, so I can't think of the guy's name. Don't say it.
Which one?
Oh,
Keith Morrison,
Yeah,
Josh
I was gonna
Mankiewicz.
say you're more likely to say
Dennis
it's
Murphy.
Keith. It's Keith Morrison time.
Yeah, exactly. Matthew Perry stepped in.
I'm so out of the loop of watching Dateline. I don't even think I could do
new
that man's
season
voice anymore.
Just started, or did it?
Oh, that was good. That was a Keith Morrison right there.
Yes, no, I
Um,
have to add Paddington to my to watch list. Is it gonna make me cry?
Oh,
Oh yes.
oh
Because
yeah.
everything
Absolutely.
makes me cry.
Made me
But
cry.
they're like
yeah.
tears of happiness. They're not.
You
No, no,
Okay.
no, no. Ah,
Am I gonna read too much into it
Some
and
of
just
them.
weep? 'Cause that
No.
also
It
happens
might
to
be
me.
worth going there because we might run into Conan.
Oh,
Conan
because he
loves
got the recommendation.
Paddington.
Yes, yes, you're right.
Conan loves Paddington.
He understood, not at first, but then he understood. Yes.
All right.
Maybe we'll run an Alf too. Get everybody together all at once. All right, let's do music, Nicky Hill. Come on.
I don't have any music.
I
here.
know he
This
likes
is
You
an
got to do the
Marmalade.
jingle.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
That's all I know. It's true.
That says
No.
Nicky Hill music. I
Nope,
was
that's
all-
for
I
when
was-
You're
you
Nicky
do the
Hill.
talk.
Is it under random, Mom Brain?
I like how she sits there and she won't tell you anything.
She,
I have to
she's
see
I'm
it.
trying to help.
Like I have to have it. in
No,
front
I'm
of
talking
me.
about. Mom Brain.
music.
There you go.
want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
I need you to give me the aux cord, please.
The dingle. Let's be careful with this.
That
Little
would sound like
dingle dong do
let's go
ya.
under.
Maybe we should have Nicky Hill do music.
Mom, that's what Mom Brain wants really bad.
Mom Brain's done.
I could just tell
Mom
by your
Brain's,
voice.
falling asleep at the table
She
here.
needs some Young and the Restless and Housewives and Indoor People.
Yeah, definitely.
Mom Brain, we'll just do 5 today, and then we'll get you all snuggled up
I
in bed.
don't want to rob the
We'll
people.
do 4.
Um,
Let's do none.
6 out of 9, everybody. This one.
By the way,
comes
thank you. I saw
from-
the email. GoNinPod. Send music there. Put music in the title. We were over 200 again already, so thank you.
For $1?
Please, Mom Brain, I'm sorry.
Mikey3319 sends us this one.
Oh, this is Clock Tower.
Sure is.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Alyssa, where are you?
All right.
Yeah, lots of spooky music.
Oh, sorry.
in that
Just
game.
trying to make it so that everybody.
What
can't
is that
see.
on?
That's the Super Nintendo version. It sounded like.
And it's that was Japan only, right?
Yeah,
That was
Super
Clock Tower
Famicom.
from
I must have seen like a
Mikey3319.
video,
I'm ready to not know any of these.
clip of it or something.
Here comes a little ditty from Jess I.
Perfect for October, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that is either a good Super Nintendo or a bad N64.
It's a good Super Nintendo.
Is it licensed?
Yep.
True Lies.
No.
Last Action Hero.
No. Die Hard. No.
James Bond Jr.
Nope.
One day.
The Ninja Turtle.
Nope. Nope.
Predator.
Nope.
Alien.
Dragon
Nope.
the Bruce Lee story.
Nope.
Willow.
No.
Robo-
Yes.
Oh!
RoboCop 3 to be exact.
I'll
but
take
give
it.
to you.
Oh yeah, we all knew
I
that part.
didn't know
That was
a
RoboCop
Super Nintendo
3
game for
on
that.
the Super Nintendo from Jess I.
It definitely encapsulated what RoboCop's all about. Metal,
Shooting people in the ding
metal
dong.
guitar. Oh, that's right. Ding dong.
I haven't even
Ding
seen RoboCop 3.
It's the one where he shoots people in the dick.
That's the whole movie.
Okay. This one comes from Spaniel 53.
Oh, I know that. This is Donkey Kong, isn't it? Donkey Kong Country, but is it 3?
It is Donkey Kong Country 3.
Yeah, turn it up. This is one. I don't really like that soundtrack, but this is
Dixie
Dixie Dong.
Double Trouble.
Dixie Dong.
this is one of the only songs in the game I like, but it's a real good one. Very moody.
I have not played this one.
It's not bad, but it's not as good as the other ones.
I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's they changed some things up, and I don't like the themes of the levels. A lot of them are like
she's a woman.
it's
Yeah, it's because there's no Diddy Kong with a boom.
no
box.
the themes are like it's a grist mill. Now it's a dark grist mill. Now it's a grist mill that's red, and now it's a grist mill where the lights aren't on. I'm like,
So
Now
too many
she's a
grist
woman.
mills.
now you're inside a tree,
Wait,
which is
wouldn't
where they
that-
get the wood for the
Wouldn't
grist
the lights
mill.
being off be the same as the dark level?
No. Totally, you gotta play the game. I forgot what ones I said. A dimly lit grist mill. How about that? There you go. All right, Mom Brain, go ahead.
This next jam.
Jam.
Go with it.
It's raspberry.
This one.
Oh, we gotta get those
Moon
things.
piece.
We gotta get
We'll
the
do it
moon
in the after show. We'll do it on the after
Moonpiece.
show.
I tried a moon pea for the first time ever because
And
of
I
all y'all.
wasn't crazy about it.
Nice.
It was not bad.
Nikki Hill's got a
Did you
special
do
one
the
for us
chocolate
today.
one, like the original, or did you do a fancy?
Yeah.
Classic
You
moon
gotta
pea.
heat them up. You gotta put them in the microwave.
I raw dogged it. I just ate it.
Put
right
a
out of the
10-pound
package.
moon pea in a microwave oven.
You can't put a 25-pound moon pea in a microwave.
I ain't eating that no way.
This one comes from Ask Me.
It's hard to believe Mint's new family plan.
Mint
Mint
Mobile.
Mobile.
What's his name?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool.
Wolverine.
Portable.
Yeah.
GBA.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Castlevania Circle of the Moon?
It's not.
Oh,
Spooky Houseman.
That's it.
Spooky Hauser, MD.
That's absolutely it.
This is not first party. It is.
Mm-mm.
No. It's got a specific feel of a company, but I can't place it. It might be Konami.
It's not Konami.
okay.
I'm out. Capcom?
Nope.
Okay, I got nothing.
I don't know why I pretend like I
Do I know this? You're looking at me
Probably
like I know
not.
His drums are kind of annoying.
it. A little too much. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like all I can.
You giving up?
I give up.
Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
I did know it. I did know it.
Oh,
I
you
played
blew it.
that. I
From
played
Ask
that game.
I got no clue when it comes to Kingdom Hearts.
I did. Well, I mean, it was a very long time ago, and I haven't listened to that soundtrack probably since I played the game, but I was wrong.
I thought you were the
No
king of video
excuses.
games.
Make good.
I thought I was too.
How the mighty have fallen.
Clearly, I need to replay Kingdom Hearts, whatever that game's called. Chain of Memories again.
Wow, don't even know it.
Sorry, this gem comes from PT, formerly known as Pret Trap.
Yoshi's Island.
Not.
Switch?
Yep.
Dog Island.
No.
It's not on the Switch.
Cat Island.
Animal Crossing.
No.
First party?
Nope.
Now we're screwed.
Is it licensed?
No.
Ocean Horn.
This guy knows it.
Is it no?
Good
Is it
game.
Short Hike?
Yes.
Hey! I distributed. Did you see Nicky Hill? I don't know how he got the short hike, but he looked at me and he went, "Is it
I watched him do it. and
Some
I was
sort of,
he
like,
knows. He
wave in
knows.
the air?" Oh, okay.
Mhm.
That hand gesture was great.
It was, and I knew that you knew in that moment.
We'll do one more.
Okay.
That was good.
Here comes one from Wired.
Should have stopped. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's got MIDI stuff.
Switch.
Is this first party?
Fire
It
Emblem.
feels like credits or something. It feels like I just accomplished something incredible.
It's an RPG.
I don't know.
Dragon Quest something or other?
No. Monster. Sorry, no.
Is it Square Enix?
I don't know. Queen
Live Alive.
No.
Man, I really like it.
Kill la Kill.
No.
Is it like what's it, Bravely Default or
No.
Octopath Traveler or one of those games?
I mean, it's got a very RPG feel to me,
Right.
but it's got those MIDI instruments too, and Square doesn't usually do that. They usually go all out. That little beadly, that reminds me of Undertale.
It's not.
Deltarune.
No.
Nice. Go ahead, we don't know.
Is from Soldiers, spelled S-O-U-L.
Oh, I almost took the review
Oh,
on that.
I didn't play that.
I didn't play it. Yeah,
I don't believe you.
The review code came in, and I gave it to somebody else. I
You probably
almost
beat it
played
already. You probably beat it already and forgot about it.
Yeah.
I-
There's absolutely no challenge.
No, I was
Forgot it
very,
existed.
I was very interested in that, but never played it. Well, I should listen to the soundtrack. It seems like it's a good one. I like that. I like it a lot. Well, Deux, you got anything for us?
Anything come across your desk?
As a matter of fact, yeah, just this second.
Crazy how that works out.
Something came upon my desk right
My
here.
face.
Deux views. It's never news. Ruined face of the week, starring Drew Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, this is big news. 2 giant, successful video games are being brought together. So Kill La Kill and Live Alive are making the producers are making a dual game called Kill Alive.
Oh, okay.
And
how do you feel about that name?
I don't care for it personally. But yeah, so it's gonna be similar to Live Alive, where it takes place with a whole bunch of different characters throughout different time periods, and it's gonna be similar to Kill La Kill, which I don't know anything about, so I won't even.
At high school, I think. is
Hold on,
involved.
can you explain what it's about? That'd be good. I would love for someone who hasn't.
I haven't watched it, but I
This is
listened
great.
to a podcast episode about it. It is high school girls,
I think, that are
Yeah, sure.
like a prep school kind of thing, maybe, and they somebody killed somebody's dad,
Okay.
and now revenge is involved.
Okay. So you have elements of the correct thing. Kill La Kill
you.
is about a school. It's a very particular school.
A
And
killing
the
school.
The school is led by like
Mierda.
there's like the marching band leader and the debate leader and all that stuff. But when they become the leaders by proving themselves of like being worthy of the positions, they get special clothing that is made with a special thread, and the thread
Right,
imbues them with special abilities.
Okay, it's coming back to me.
And the main character in Kill La Kill has a special suit that it's not through these. I don't remember if it has the threads or not, but she has the bloodlet basically to transform into this main suit, and she's going out to the school to kill people at the school because she believes they killed her father.
That was close.
And there is a whole team of
Almost
people
nailed it.
that is against this regime at the school and all their clothing ideas. So I forget what they're called, but they're all nudists and they just run around naked to show
Oh,
that they're
right.
so against the tyrannical overlords with their fashionable
who needs
special threaded clothing that they run around and fight naked. As with any anime, it's weird. It has a bad name. It's a
So
really
it's
good
not
anime.
just a clever
it's
name.
really good.
A
I
bad
don't.
name
I
that-
watched the whole anime.
a
And
bad
I got
name that's
no
really
idea
easy to
what the name
pronounce.
is. No.
Yeah.
But
They run around naked.
it's a great.
So it's a great anime.
I really like the anime. It's great. The only ones that are naked, from what I remember, are guys.
So it's just flapping dongs in the
What I
wind.
remember. No, they strategically place, like things in the way. Nobody's like all out naked in the show. They get very like fan servicey, but yeah, there's stuff in the, the old Austin Powers gag. But thank you. That sounds great. I'm looking forward to that.
Yep, my pleasure.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, after show. Let's eat moon peas.
Yeah, I'm ready for a pumpkin.
This is
spice
a moon pea beer.
No, it's ours.
Wow.
Oh, that is.
You open it. It's yours. Moon pea beer.
Moon pea
These
beer.
are pumpkin
Yes, it's
spice
an
moon
IPA.
peas. I'm excited for this. My husband would go nuts for that as a stocking
Oh, it's a
stuffer.
stout.
Wow.
Okay.
The drink.
That would make more sense. Don't
Dark.
like it,
No,
but it makes
Malakalo,
more
I
sense.
can't do that joke. It's too dark.
These are 110 calories
moon
up.
pie.
Oh, I am very
Maybe
familiar.
these like a stout.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
110
so
times
excited.
sour,
I'm
lady.
so excited.
Let me try a moon pea.
Pass them around.
A moon pea for you, my lady.
Thanks. Pip Water wants to know if they can get one through. If they could get one through email. Email them a moon pea.
Moon
please.
pea for Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, we'll send them.
Oh, it smells very pumpkin spice, but it's reminding me of something.
Pumpkin spice.
What is it?
It smells just like a
That-
regular
that
moon
time on the
pie.
moon?
Oh,
It's something.
Yeah.
Come on, Aubrey.
I know it smells.
It's right there.
Oatmeal cream pie.
There's something
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, there's probably like cinnamon or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
It smells Christmassy though too. There's like a
Mhm.
holiday spice scent.
Oh,
What's in your beard means you like it.
this might be my favorite. Oh.
A few more bites of this, I'm gonna be a man.
This might be my favorite. Wow.
This one's really good.
That's good.
You're so basic.
That's good. I guess I am.
And basic bitches unite.
Do.
It's good.
I gotta get you a microwave for Christmas. You gotta microwave these things to get that.
We were talking about getting one.
You don't have a microwave?
It broke and we were just like,
Mm.
whatever. Mom, Brain, your thoughts?
It's my favorite moon pea.
Oh.
Between this and the original moon pea, this one's winning.
Have you had the salted caramel?
Mm-mm.
Mm. All the other moon peas I can eat one a day, and I'm like, that's great. That was a great treat. This, if it were around, I'd have trouble only eating one. I'd pass by the kitchen and be like,
Oh, fancy me a moon pea.
And of course, I like it the most. Why? Because it's seasonal, so it's gonna be gone in 2 weeks.
I like it the most, dude.
Don't worry. It's all over your beard, so you'll have leftovers for later.
Yeah.
It's gone. I fixed it.
No,
He's gonna just be laying down later, like,
you're actually getting it like
No, I think-
deeper.
oh, well,
yeah, he's storing it for winter.
Listen, as long as you can't see it, that's okay.
Honestly, as far as pumpkin flavored things go, that was a pretty good moon pea.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
perfectly pumpkin.
Yeah, I like it. That is really good. I like that enough to be like, well, one day I'll eat a whole box and factor that into my diet.
I
I'll
might.
be
where
like,
did you buy
that's
these?
part of the calories for the day.
Where did you buy these?
Dollar Tree.
Okay.
But the only ones that were there were these chocolate, vanilla, and
Well, guys, now that we talked about them on the podcast, they're going to be sold out everywhere.
Sergio
Come on.
LB64. You need to, if you're
Oh,
still listening, you
the
gotta
number one
get some of
Dumpkin
these.
Spice fan. Yeah,
You love the
That's
Dumpkin
true.
Spice.
Oh, you were gonna say something on the podcast that was inappropriate.
Oh yeah, your joke.
I already said I can't say it.
What you said you save it.
How
for the
about I'll
live
just
show
say it-
or the
Oh, is
after
that what
show.
they reminded you of?
No.
Somebody reminded you to say that?
Yes, multiple people. They've all been waiting. I'm going to refrain from the joke on the YouTube channel. I mean, it's not a joke. I can tell you after the show. I can just tell you what it was going to be about. It was going to be about Robin Williams.
I knew it
So I'm not going to say that.
Why did you know it? What were we even talking
because
about?
we were talking.
No, don't. We'll
Okay.
talk about it in a minute.
All
I
right.
think I'll get the joke
That-
just by knowing.
no,
that.
I just don't want it recorded. We're done here. That was the after show. You watched us eat moon pies and wish you could have them. So, Good Blood Water, we'll get that one emailed to you right away. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax. You deserve it. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Amazon, yeah.